Hello, hello, hello. What's everybody doing tonight? We are going to be watching a podcast, well, listening to one on Carly Grace. Carly Grace. Is that her name? And I find if I do this layout, I don't get hit. Thank goodness. Hey, Sunshine. How are you? I figured I'd come on and chit-chat for a little bit while we're waiting on everybody. Anybody do anything exciting today? I went swimming with the grandkids and then went and got boba. Hey, called. It's nothing like trying to lay on a float and relax. Oh, I just got on. I was just giving everybody time to come in. I did, other than I just wanted to lay on my floaty and let my grandkids. Hello, hello, hello. What's everybody doing tonight? We are going to be watching a podcast, well, listening to one on Carly Grace. Carly Grace. Is that her name? And I find if I do this layout, I don't get hit. Thank goodness. Hey, Sunshine. How are you? I figured I'd come on and chit-chat for a little bit while we're waiting on everybody. Anybody do anything exciting today? I went swimming with the grandkids and then went and got boba. Hey, called. It's nothing like trying to lay on a float and relax. Oh, I just got on. I was just giving everybody time to come in. I did, other than I just wanted to lay on my floaty and let my grandkids play. Hey, Kelsey. And I ended up being a car, and I ended up being a package, and they just kept parking me in different places. This is my Saturday off. I felt like I was at a circus. They would take me from one end of the pool to the other end of the pool. Then they would spin me in circles, and I'm like, this just isn't relaxing at all. But it kept them busy, so. Hey, Alicia. And then they wanted to go get boba, and my granddaughter's come back out to the car, and she said, I don't know what espresso is, but I got one shot. And I'm like, oh, God, you're going to be up all night long. I have 6 grandkids, and I will be a great grandma in October to a little boy. I'm so excited. So excited. His name's going to be Joey Radine. I don't know if I'm supposed to tell that or not, but I tell it all. Anybody else do anything exciting today? Oh, thank you. I've not seen that. Alicia, you're always sending me stuff I've never seen before. Oh, that'd be cool, Prince. Yeah, I'm kind of excited to see what it's going to be like to be a great grandma. I explained to my youngest grandson yesterday, I said, you do know that you are the last grandchild. And he said, no, I'm not. I'm like, yeah, you are. I said, I'll have great grandkids, but I'll never have any more grandbabies. Unless it's a miracle. Because my daughter and son-in-law are fixed. So, has anybody paid attention to the Sarah Grace? My son is in heaven, Pamela. I lost him at the age of 38. And this would be his first grandbaby. So I get it. Hey, Sam. I totally feel you.
Hey.
Yes, big hugs to you too, Pamela. Hey, Sam, what are you doing?
Oh, nothing. I just did some dishes, and Chris and Jonathan are out doing more deliveries
Hey,
for
Sam.
another shift, so I
Well,
pulled
that
dinner out of
doesn't
the
sound
oven.
like fun.
Oh, no, I'm good.
Hi, guys.
Hey,
Hey.
Susan.
Well, I was laughing because, I took the grandkids' pay. You can't take her without stopping and getting boba. And she says she come out to the car and she's got her boba and she's like, I got the brown sugar and Harper got the green tea. And she said, I don't know what espresso is, but I got a shot of it.
Oh
And I'm
my
like,
God.
oh, God.
Gosh, at
How old is she?
7:30.
She's 10.
Oh,
And
she'll
she's,
be singing all night.
I know. I said, hey, that's like a straight shot of coffee. She's like, oh no, mama don't like when I have coffee. And I'm like, your mama knows me. She knows you're going to be drinking coffee every time you're with me. She said, was it going to keep me awake? Because I don't want to be late for church in the morning. I said, I'll make sure you're up.
Oh,
Yeah. She's so funny.
I love that though. She didn't know.
Yeah. She's like, I don't know what
Maybe she thought it
espresso
was
is.
like chocolate or something. I don't know.
So
Who knows?
innocent at that age, you know.
I think she knew what it was. She just wanted to say she didn't know what it was.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, because
Yeah, that is cute.
she's been around Nana enough, and I don't know what she was giving Harper what for. But I was watching her in the window while they're sitting there waiting on their boba drinks, and she's just lecturing him. I'm like,
That's like
he's.
last year, my son managed the high school baseball team, and
Mm-hmm.
I said, "Are you going to get credit for this?" Because he was gone from March to April every single night with baseball for himself in high school.
Hey,
And he
Joy,
goes, "Yeah, he said he'll buy me food." And I
buy
said,
me food.
"Oh, no, I'm talking credit like for school." And he goes, "No, food." And I go, "Okay, okay, sure."
Like steak dinner, something like
No,
that.
like McDonald's.
I don't know. I'm staying away from McDonald's. Our McDonald's got robbed and then went on a high
Oh
speed
no.
chase. Like ridiculous. So yeah, we went and got Brahms burgers and then went to the pool and we ate our burgers. And I just wanted to lay on the float and chill. But my youngest grandson decided that, well, first they decided I was a package from Amazon. And so they kept moving me real easy around the pool. And then we were at the circus. And then I felt like I was in the bumper cars. And it was just, finally, I'm like, I'm getting out of the pool. Y'all have fun.
That's funny.
Yeah. So
So I took my shot,
I did
and
too.
at first I was like, oh, I feel fine, like I'm still hungry, you know, so I ate. And now I made chicken broccoli casserole,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, that don't sound good at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna find for me, like I used to love sugar. Anything sugar, I loved
Oh,
it.
thank you.
And now I just
Oh,
can't
thank
eat
you,
it.
Joyful.
Thank you, Joyful.
Thank you,
Those are
Joyful.
cute. You can't eat. That's my problem is sugar like in the evening when I lay down. Hi,
Yeah.
Pamela. I just want like a chocolate, and you know.
Yeah.
Well, you
You're
know,
gonna
I
find
did.
like, and you won't be able to eat as much. Like I still eat what I like, with the exception of a lot of desserts and stuff like that. But I still eat what I want. I just eat it in a much smaller dose. Because when I overeat, I really regret it. Like, oh, wish I didn't do that.
Well,
So
I took
you'll learn after a while what you can and can't do.
Well, I took that 7 shot because a couple weeks ago I took the whole 10, and Ivory and Sam talked me into going to the ER because I thought I was literally dying. Like it was bad, like bad. Don't let any creator tell you that you can take a 10 of Manjaro and that it won't hurt you, because it will.
Oh,
Okay.
So so
I was
this
shocked.
yeah, so last week I got a hold of a 7.5, and I split it up, and I don't feel like I took enough last week, so tonight I doubled it.
wait a minute. You're dosing yourself?
Well, yeah.
Oh,
I
no.
know.
The Ozempic already comes like like you can just turn it as far as like your dose.
Yeah.
And so yeah, that won't happen with me, but gosh, I'd be scared to do that.
Well, it's the
See,
Manjaro.
yeah, it's trizepatide. So I'm a non-responder on Ozempic GLP-1, and I took that from November to now, since last week was my last, and I was on the highest dose, and it helped like my portions,
Uh-huh.
um, but it I just didn't lose much. I lost maybe 5 pounds.
Oh, wow.
On
So
Ozempic the whole time?
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I found that you have to exercise. Like you can't just sit around and think, okay, I'll do my shot, I'll reduce a little bit of food. No, it don't work like that. You gotta
Oh
move.
yeah, and I do all day, but I'm stalled right now because of my
Yeah.
hormones and at my age, I think,
Yeah, that makes
as well.
sense.
So my doctor said that my insurance just started approving Zepbound, which is trizepatide, and
Good.
so that's what I started on a 5.
Okay, so since you started on a 5, if you put that in a shot, would that be a 20?
No, I my shots are pre-filled.
I'm like trying to guess at what it was.
No, do you have diabetic needles
Yes.
and you're on 5?
Well, no, I took 10 last week. And so then today I just took 20.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought, I'm
I
going to
have
double
to
it.
Well, I've had great results so far. I'm well over 40 pounds now. I want to
That's
say closer to
awesome.
50.
Girl, I lost
Since
15 in a week
March.
and a
Since
half.
March.
I lost 15 in a week and a half. I was so
Yeah.
sick. I was so
And
sick.
well, this past week I've been losing way too much, too fast.
Yeah.
The random chick, she told me she was on Ozempic as well for 9 months and didn't lose any, and then she got on Zepbound and lost. And so I was like,
Oh,
okay,
good.
cool. I'm not the
Good.
only like non-responder.
Hello, everybody. Happy Saturday.
Hi, how
Hey.
are you?
Hold on, Stacy. I'm gonna let you say hello to somebody. You haven't talked to her in a little bit.
What?
My mom.
Oh,
Hey, Mama.
hey,
Do you have a
Jamie.
moment for a little bit of a break? There's somebody that wants to sit. There's people that want to say hi to you. It's Stacy.
Hi, Bethany's
Hello.
mom.
Hey, Bethany's
Hey,
mom. How are you all?
I'm hurting.
Uh-oh, that's not good.
No, she had surgery on Tuesday.
Oh, and you're making her get
Oh,
up?
No, I came to her.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, let her get some rest.
I'm not that stupid.
When I'm sick, I don't want to talk to nobody.
How are y'all doing?
We are good. We're going to
good.
listen to a podcast here in just a minute. We're going to let some other people get in, and then we're going to listen to Carly Grace
Sarah Grace
or
Patrick.
Sarah Grace Patrick.
Carly.
I keep thinking of that Carly girl that unalived her mom.
Oh, that
Oh,
cuckoo? Mom,
yeah.
she's a minor who went off the rails.
So yes, we're gonna listen to Sarah Grace Patrick. Sorry.
Okay. I'll try to join y'all and maybe listen in for a little while.
Yeah. You can. You can. Is anybody interested in listening to it? I think it's gonna. I found this
I
podcast,
am.
and it's these two girls that are, and I didn't get to listen to a lot of it, but I wanted to check it out while I was at the pool to make sure you guys would like it. And it's these two young girls, and they're talking about it, and they kind of bounce back and forth like their thoughts and things that have went on social media, and like different things with the family and different court documents and letters and stuff like that. And letters she wrote, like she read at the funeral home at her mom and stepdad's services and all that. So,
Okay.
yeah. So I'll let you guys chit chat for a minute. I'm going to mute and I'm going to go pull it up and then I'll be right back.
Alrighty.
I think
All
I
right.
ended up making my mama's day today.
Aw,
Uh-oh. Or that's good. What'd you do?
I got
Make
her
your mama's day.
flowers.
Aw.
it's very sweet.
What kind of
Although I
flowers?
always tell my kids,
Sunflowers,
don't buy
her
me
favorites.
flowers.
Aw.
I hate
You
flowers.
I
Simon,
I
I
Simon, it's
like
think
just a
they're a
new
waste of
case.
money.
what, baby D?
No, I mean, I got snippy with her earlier because last night was real rough. I was up, down, up, down, up, down, like a yo-yo.
I gotcha.
And the night before, at about 5 a.m., for about 2 hours, I was up, down, up, down, up, down. She couldn't get comfortable, and I'm like, I'm exhausted, and I'm just like
Yeah.
trying to keep myself awake during the day so I sleep at night, and I'm trying to encourage my mom as much as I can to sleep through the night in longer stretches. And trying my best to be there for her when she wakes up and she's uncomfortable. And it's just, this road's going to be rough, and she's not going to be able to bounce back like she did when she had her left knee replaced 7 years ago.
Oh. You're there to help.
Yeah, she's going through a lot though. Just try to be patient,
Yeah, and you know what I wish? I wish my sister would come over for a couple of hours and be like,
and take over.
and
Right.
tell my brother-in-law, you're in charge of the kids for a little while. My
Right.
sister needs a break. I'm gonna go help her with my mother.
Right. I understand that. I do.
But seven
For
years ago,
sure.
she was supposed to come relieve me for at least a weekend and let me get caught up on my sleep for at least 48 hours. No, it was
Well,
all me 7 years ago, and I'm like, crap. Here we go again.
yeah. Well, I'm sure you're a good nurse. You didn't
I'm
mean
Miss
it. You didn't
Fuzzy
mean to
Wuzzy with the
snap.
nose aid.
And, if your mommy likes flowers, then that's good. You
Oh,
did a
Pamela,
good
honey,
thing.
I'm not ignoring you. I'm sorry. I'm pure exhausted.
Yeah.
And then we had a flub up with the grocery order. Walmart didn't send 2 items like they were supposed to, so I had to reorder it. And I'm like, ugh.
So, baby D, this is Sarah Grace Patrick. Her trial starts Monday, and we're gonna freshen up on it and go over it. But we're gonna also come back to Lindsay Clancy here and there. But this
Speaking
one's
of
very
her, have y'all
interesting.
been watching that catastrophe?
Yeah.
Yes.
Swanee, I am so confused. What the hell did she do?
Well, you got to understand when people have a postpartum psychosis, they zone out. They don't know what they do. and
So
it
are they
happens
trying to say
quick.
that she murdered her newborn?
Mm-hmm. 3 children.
Yeah,
3.
and it's not that we know she's guilty. She knows.
Oh,
Is it, she gonna do prison time for first degree murder? Or is she going to be charged with insanity and go to a mental institution?
Right.
so postpartum got to her badly then.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay,
And
guys,
this,
so I found it and I didn't realize until just now there's a part 1 that is an hour and 5 minutes, and then there's a part 2. So you want to start with the part 1 and then the part 2, and it'll be like 2 hours long.
Yeah, I'll probably be here for the first part of it.
Yeah,
But
and
you
if you
guys do
guys want
whatever
to
you want to
pop,
do.
Let's
yeah,
do
if you
the
guys want,
let's do the
huh?
first one tonight and the second one tomorrow.
Okay, we can do that. We can do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I just realized it was 2 parts. So this will only be like an hour and 5 minutes. And then that way, if Ivory decides after this that she wants to go live and talk about it, then we can go over there and then we can do like the same tomorrow.
Okay. There you go.
So if anybody wants up in the panel, you're more than welcome. Just mute your microphone. Um, and we're gonna get started. I don't know where Jamie went. I don't know if she wants up or not. But if anybody wants up, you guys are mods, let them up. Here we go.
Quiz. What's in your kid's lunchbox? At Whole Foods Market, they've already done the studying. Lunchboxes with peace of mind. Sometimes it just turns the volume up. Grow does therapy differently. Therapy is not only for when you're in
Hold on, I'm
crisis.
trying to get past
Grow
the commercials.
thousands of high-quality lays. There are no subscriptions. $21 with insurance by state and insurance plan.
Curiosity, context, and just a touch of chaos.
We step outside the timelines. 20th, 2025, 16-year-old Sarah Grace Patrick called 911 to report her mother, Kristen Brock, and stepfather, James Brock, had been shot to death. They'd been found by her half-sister, who was 5 years old at the time. Understandably, the small community of Carrollton was shocked. They were terrified that somebody could just murder these 2 people in their beds as they slept. Thankfully, Sarah Grace and
Okay, can everybody hear it okay?
Okay here.
yes.
All right. Sam keeps accidentally knocking herself down.
Yeah, I was checking Life 360 and it knocked me down. Sorry.
That's all right. I'll
Oh
keep an eye on
no.
you.
her young sister were safe and unharmed. As time went on, Sarah Grace did what many teenagers do to express themselves. She took to the TikToks. She would post videos and slideshows grieving her loss, as well as asking for help in solving the murder that seemed to have no leads at that point.
Hold on, I want.
And then in July of 2025, she was arrested and charged as an adult with double homicide.
Oh.
The police believed that she'd murdered her parents and left their bodies for her young sister to find, and then proceeded to pretend she was grieving publicly just for attention.
Okay.
It's a theory.
That is a theory, yes.
Today, we're going to dive into this case. We're going to discuss the road so far, Sarah's upbringing, her family life. We're going to get into all of that, the investigation into the murders, and what evidence the state may have in their case against Sarah Grace Patrick.
Okay. Well, and I don't know anything about this story, so I'm excited to hear it.
Yeah, you guys are all going to find it out at the same time Nikita does, I assume. Well, you know what? I don't know. There are a lot of split feelings about this case, so I'm very interested to see where you land and if we land in the same area.
Okay.
And there's just a lot to the case. The trial was supposed to have started January the 5th, which is extremely fast because the crime happened February 20th of 2025.
Yeah.
And it was supposed to have already started.
That
did not happen. Yeah, so fast. So there will be more time before we learn more information, but
okay.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Okay, let's do it.
Yeah, so, welcome guys to This Feels Criminal. It's still kind of funny to use that name, but we are going to really do some deep dives here. And there's a lot about this case that feels criminal in a lot of different ways. So I'm excited to get your take on it. Let's talk about the victims. So we have 45-year-old James Brock. He went by Jamie. I think for the most part, I'll call him James just because I feel like Jamie was like a name that his friends and family used. I don't know, it just feels weird.
Just doesn't feel right.
Yeah, and then 41-year-old
Sarah
Kristen
Grace
Brock.
Patrick.
And they were married in 2023, but they'd been together since 2018.
Okay.
And according to Dennis Nolan, Kristen's father, the couple had been together for around 10 years. They shared a 5-year-old daughter. The Brocks were active members of Catalyst Church in Carrollton, Georgia, where they'd been attending for about 6 months before they passed away. Well, were murdered. Family friend Tasha Meza had invited them to try the church, and then they immediately were like, this is our place, right? They found their church family, people they wanted to do life with. Like, she called it like their second family within the church in an interview. Now, the couple, of course, had their ups and downs. Everybody does. We will discuss these later.
Okay.
But reports of friends and family, which we will get to, there's biological family, there's step family, there's, there's a lot going on there.
Okay.
They said they were doing better. They were finally living the life they wanted to live. They had been on the up and up, and they had kind of changed their ways. So, again, we're going to get into that. So James was, at the time of his death, awaiting a heart transplant, and he'd been living with heart issues for quite some time, and he had an LVAD machine, which I had never heard of.
Her.
So it stands for left ventricular assist device, and it's a pump that is used for patients who have reached end-stage heart failure, and he was only 45.
Oh, my God.
So the LVAD is surgically implanted.
Okay.
It's a battery-operated mechanical pump, which then helps the left ventricle, which is the main pumping chamber of the heart, pump blood to the rest of the body. And I got that from Stanford Medicine's website. Okay, so...
Well, I'm glad you cited your sources. I mean, I knew that, obviously, because it's very common knowledge. But for everyone else who didn't, now they know it's legit.
Yeah, all of us not smarts.
Yeah, well...
I can't look it up on the Googles.
I can't help that, I have a dum-dum as a co-host over here.
I know. But that's why I have the internet. See?
There you go.
And it seems like, I think you can have an LVAD forever.
Oh. Okay.
I don't know how long for, I don't know what the prognosis is if you
have one.
Just keep the LVAD and you don't get a heart transplant, but it is my understanding that he was waiting on a heart transplant.
Okay. But in the meantime, he's got this.
Right. And so you use that until your heart becomes available. And according to friends and family, the LVAD would go off. So it was not unusual for it to beep kind of constantly. They said it was kind of like constant background noise when you were with him. Because, first of all, it's like a mechanical pump. It's portable, so you're carrying it around, obviously. But, there's like a whirring sound, of the pumping itself. But it made noise kind of a lot. So, they said if there was like a power issue or just some kind of different issue. I mean, it almost
That's terrifying.
Well, yeah. Well, and I think that's kind of, you almost get desensitized to the beeping all the time because it is so constant. Now, if his heart were to stop, or other heart issues, it also beeps. I don't know if all the beeps are exactly the same. Surely they sound different for different things.
I would hope so.
I would assume there is an interface that tells you what the problem is. But it was not unusual for his machine to beep. It beeped a lot. It sounds like it's really sensitive.
Okay.
And there are a lot of reasons it might beep. All of that to say, on the night of February 20th, 2025, his heart did stop, which then would make it beep consistently until it's turned off, disconnected, or the heart starts to pump again, right? So when emergency personnel arrives at 1531 Tyus Road, they find James and Kristen dead from apparent gunshot wounds. We do not know how many gunshot wounds. We do not know where the wounds are. All I have seen are in press conferences and, news reports and everything, just apparent gunshot wounds, plural.
Okay. But they're also talking about 2 people, so that could be a 1-1.
Could.
Okay.
There's just so much about this case that, like, there's some information, but there's not. Now, I
Hey,
am hoping
Sheshed,
to
can you
make 2
pause that for a
episodes out
minute?
of this sucker. So,
Yeah, hold on.
there,
one
I
second.
guess, is still
Okay.
enough, but still
Let
not
me
as
get
much as
the-
you would think.
I gotta
it's a
open it
strange.
to pause it.
Yeah, I'm
Hold
picking
on.
up that there's
I
like
just,
a lot
I
of-
just want to tell you that I can't access to let people up. I just wanted you to know that, just in
Oh.
case.
Hold on here, then.
I
Let
saw
me-
somebody else was requesting, but I can't let them up
Okay, let me see how to do this real quick.
because I figured if you're away, I won't be able to see it, and I don't know if Sammy's requesting up.
Let's see, live recordings. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that one was not. Okay, you should be good now.
All
I
right,
went
there
to
she
the
is.
door. One of my clients showed up with a huge plate of sweet carrots, homemade mashed potatoes, gravy, and meatloaf.
Oh, you're so lucky.
He drove like 30 minutes to
Enjoy.
bring it to me.
Yummy.
Yeah,
My
nummy.
God, that sounds delicious.
I'm telling you, I got good clients, guys.
Yeah, you do.
Mm-hmm. All righty, here we go.
vagueness happening here. Okay.
A lot, yeah. OMG, this episode is brought to you by IQ Bar, our exclusive snack, hydration, and coffee. Power your day with IQ Bar. Joe Sticks. That will keep you physically and is the perfect way to do that. The new year gives us all a lot of flavor in my bag for dipping. To get your 20% in the scene, they start canvassing the neighborhood. But let us talk about the neighborhood.
Okay.
So the Brock house is set pretty far back off the road. It has a lot of tree cover. It's what you or I would be used to as far as like a house on a country road. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
It's set far back. Your neighbors are far away.
Mm-hmm.
It would be very unlikely for a neighbor, even across the street, which is also set real far back and behind the tree line, for anybody to have seen or heard anything unusual.
Yeah. So canvassing is, I mean, unless somebody's like out there on foot still, like scurrying away in the night, probably not going to get a lot.
And even if neighbors, and we do not know this, but even if neighbors had like ring cameras or whatever, it's not going to pick up anything from the street. Like my house is a lot closer to the street, and mine still doesn't pick up anything on the street. But like, it's just so far back, it just wouldn't. You
wouldn't
probably
be usable
are not gonna get
anyway
much from that. Yeah. The house itself is a 1-level ranch style home. It's not super long across. It's smaller, and then it's got a little bit of an ass to it, if you will. But I would say ranch style. It was renovated, I believe, after the murders and is now up for sale. The listing does not include information that 2 people were gunned down in their beds there. And I don't know what the rules are with that. If you got to tell, I know it's different in different places, but the home has 4 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. It sits on a 1.55 acre lot. There's the house, and then kind of off to the side of the house is a little shed. And then in the backyard, there's a barn. Okay. We're going to talk about the barn later. Okay. There is also a pond kind of nearby in the back of the house. It doesn't look to be on that exact property. It kind of looks like it's
adjacent.
Yeah, adjacent and sort of in the back of like some other, and looks kind of more like a retention pond, I think. All of the bedrooms in the house appear to be kind of off of one hallway, all situated close together.
Okay. That's pretty common for a ranch style house.
Exactly. So it's pretty much the layout that you would expect.
Yeah.
And it's not a huge house either. So it's not the sprawling ranch house or whatever.
Yeah.
It's fairly modest, super cute little house, but all of that's going to come into play as far as like, what would you have heard? What would you not have heard? That kind of thing. Officer TJ Repetto, which is a fun name.
That's fun.
Was the lead investigator, and he began working on the case. And at first, it seemed like this completely random killing. The community was absolutely terrified. Sarah Grace ends up going to live with her biological father, Daniel. It's spelled like Daniel, but with an O. Daniel.
Okay.
Yeah,
he seems fancy.
I know. It's I've never heard that name.
Mm-hmm.
And then I believe her younger half sister, so that was James and Kristen's child together. I don't exactly know where she is living. Obviously, both of her parents are now deceased, so she's, I'm assuming, living with family.
Yeah.
But either way, neither one of them were able to get back into the house. They couldn't, according to their family, they couldn't get belongings. They couldn't get clothes. They couldn't get back in at all.
Wow. Okay, wait, question.
Mm-hmm.
Did she ever, like, spend time with her biological father anyway?
Yeah.
Okay, so it wasn't like I mostly I live with my mom and now I've got to go live with my dad, like abrupt situation.
There was some back and forth there, and there was from what I can tell, a shared custody agreement. It does sound like once Kristen and James got married, that Sarah then did go to live with them,
like primarily.
Mostly, yeah. And he was, and I think still is, like renting a room from somebody. So he doesn't have like a home to himself kind of thing. So I think it just seemed like that would be better.
Yeah, that makes sense.
If she lived there. Yeah.
I was just curious, like if there was any pre-existing relationship.
Yeah. Yeah, they seem to be really close.
Okay.
Kristen's father, his name is Dennis Nolan, so that is Sarah Grace's grandfather. He created a GoFundMe for the family, and the fundraiser cited expenses for the children that, their parents have left behind. I just looked at it today. They've raised about $3,100 of their $10,000 goal. In early March, Sarah Grace started posting on TikTok.
Okay.
Now, she was 16 at the time.
Okay.
That feels pretty standard to me, but, you let me know what you think.
Mm-hmm.
They have since been taken down, but there were several, and you can still find them on, like, repost accounts and, like, people, commenting on it and stuff. One that she posted on March 1st was a trend video, and I think that is part of what is bothering people don't like her TikToks, okay?
Okay.
They don't like them. They think they're weird, and they think they're sus.
Oh.
And I have to wonder if one of the reasons is because she was posting, like, either using trending sounds or kind of like trending, what'd you call it, like a concept or whatever, like, oh, this trend or whatever. So one of them was, I don't know if you remember this trend going around, but it was like, they don't know it yet, but, in a blah, blah, blah. And it was mostly like kind of sad videos, like, we didn't know it yet, but then the next day this was going to happen, or they didn't know it yet, blah, blah, blah. So she did one, and it says, they don't know it, but a year from now, me and my 5-year-old sister would find them wrongfully shot dead in our home and won't get to watch me graduate high school, see me walk down the aisle, and couldn't even say goodbye. And then, like, behind it are, like, videos of family and stuff like that.
Yeah.
She posted other videos, too. One started with a photo of Sarah. There's been a lot made about this too, and it frustrates me.
Okay.
In general. She's a 16, 17-year-old girl.
Mm-hmm.
She's posting pictures, like, a lot of these are like slideshows, like, they're not true videos, they're slideshows. And so the first picture will be, people have called them like thirst trap videos or whatever. She's 16, so fuck off. That's disgusting.
Yeah. Not trapping you, friend.
But she is wearing, like, in one of them, like, kind of short shorts. She's wearing, like, a cropped tank top, maybe. You can see her belly button. She's in the mirror, done up, and she's, like, she's taking, like, a felt cute.
Might delete later.
Picture, it looks like.
Okay. Who cares?
I know.
Who didn't do that at 16?
Well,
I mean, we
really had a way.
The socials wasn't what it is today, okay?
Right.
But still, with our little Sony camera, we were up in there taking pictures.
Yeah. So, like, I don't think that's weird.
No.
I guess people are thinking, well, some people just don't like any of it, but I think some of what people don't like is, like, why are you posting that picture? I don't know. I guess this is kind of whatever. Okay. So say that one. The caption says, you're just thinking it's a small thing that happened, which I think is also a trend.
Okay.
You're thinking a small thing that happened and then other stuff. I don't know. And then the rest of the photos in that slideshow are pictures of her crying with captions like, I just want my mama, and I never have to talk to her again, and, like, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
One is a slideshow of like photos of the house with the caption, "Don't go back to our old place." And then it also sounds like a song, "Don't go back to our old place." Again, I think that may have been a trending audio or something. I've never heard the song. But the rest of the slideshow, so like the first picture is just the house. The rest of the slideshow are pictures of the house with like crime scene tape around it, news articles of like double homicide still unsolved, stuff like that. She posted one video in a blue dress. I keep saying video, but you know what I mean, like a TikTok. Yeah, it's their slideshows, and she's in the car, I believe, in this one, and so it's pretty close up. So you're just seeing kind of like chest up, but I would call it like maybe a sweetheart neckline or a scoop neckline. I forget which. But her skin on her chest is very red and looks almost raised, like, hives, irritated, whatever. And she says, having a panic attack or anxiety attack, pulling into the church where my parents used to go. This would be getting to the funeral because she wore a blue dress to the funeral. Okay. So these are things that she's posting, which, and intermixed with that are sometimes I think just pictures or videos of her dolled up. Sometimes there are dolled up plus other stuff. Sometimes it's just sad stuff. Sometimes it's a mixture of both, Yeah. I don't know. Then we get to the funeral. So this one is her eulogy, and I will play it, but then I am also going to talk about what she said in it because it is kind of hard to understand.
For those of you who do not know me, my name is Sarah, and I'm Kristen Brock's daughter and James Brock's stepdaughter. I just wanted to say goodbye to my mama and James since we never got the chance to. I was so used to you guys always being here to the point that I never once thought too much of your not being here. I didn't have a single clue how much I needed you until now. For James, thank you for all the life lessons you taught me and for being the best bonus dad ever. Your heart will finally be healed in heaven, and neither of you will be in any pain anymore. Although that gives me so much comfort, your fight was not supposed to end there. And for my mother, everything we went through does not define what kind of person or what kind of mother you were. You were a beautiful, kind soul with so much gratitude. And so, gosh, James, try not to remember them for who they were and not what happened to them. And be happy for the time we got to spend together and not sad about the time that we don't. I may always and will always be her sunshine, but she will always be my star from up above. And I know at nighttime I can go and look at Mama and Jamie in the sky, and gladly they will save me a seat in heaven like they saved for me. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's awful. I did not enjoy that. It was very sad.
I thought it was sad. A lot of people took issue, first of all, with the fact that she did not wear a black dress, but instead wore like that powder blue color.
Who cares?
I know. And I heard from some people that know Sarah Grace and that knew Kristen that was her favorite color. And they say that she wore that to honor her mom. I don't know. But they didn't like that.
Okay.
But the biggest thing that people seem to take issue with was the fact at the very end, she says, "I'm sorry."
Yeah, and I just watched it, and it looks like she's saying "I'm sorry" because she got emotional and stopped, had to take a second to recover so she could finish her speech.
That's exactly how I took it as well. Nothing hits like home cooking, and HelloFresh makes it easy to do more of it this year with recipes
Hold on,
that
let me
feel
get
good
past
and
the
taste delicious night
HelloFresh.
after night. This year, bring everyone together with meals that are simple
I
but
think
rewarding.
wearing black to funerals is old school. Like, who does that, right? She's a kid.
Yeah, when my grandma passed away, she didn't want us to wear black. So
Yeah, it's old school anyway, it doesn't make sense anymore. I don't see that being a problem.
When my son passed away, I wore black slacks and a white shirt because I could not bring myself to wear all black. I just couldn't.
Yeah, it doesn't, you wear what you want. I don't see that being a problem, especially for a 17-year-old girl.
Right.
But I'm hearing her voice crack.
What is making people think she's faking it? Like, what are the signs that she's faking it, other than they've now decided that she did this, so therefore this is all an act?
I don't know. I know that some of James Brock's family felt that she wasn't actually crying.
Okay.
And they were there, so I don't know, but it was very strange to me. But I'll read the transcript. Gosh, it's pretty long though.
Yeah.
But some of the kind of main things, because it is kind of hard to understand her.
Mm-hmm.
She says, for those of you who do not know me, my name is Sarah, and I'm Kristen Brock's daughter and James Brock's stepdaughter. This isn't easy because it's my own family, and I don't know how. She kind of breaks up here, so I can't really, maybe I don't know how people do this all the time, something like that. But I'm really happy to get to do this, but bear with me because I stutter a lot. I just wanted to say goodbye to my mama and Jamie since we never got the chance to. I was so used to you guys always being here to the point that I never once thought to imagine y'all not being here. I didn't have a single clue how much I needed y'all until now. For James, thank you for all the life lessons you taught me and for being the best bonus dad ever. Your heart will finally be healed in heaven and neither of y'all will be in any pain anymore. Although that gives me so much comfort, your fight was not supposed to end there. And for my mother, everything we went through does not define what kind of person or what kind of mother you were. You were a beautiful kind of soul with so much gratitude, and so I think she says gosh dang strong here. Mm-hmm. And you taught me so many life lessons, and something you just recently taught me was reading through a letter you sent to James in 2018. And she reads the letter, and it's kind of, I think if you don't know them, it maybe doesn't make as much sense, but she reads the letter and she says that reading that gave her a closure. She wants to remember them for who they were, not what happened to them, and be happy for the time they got to spend together and not be sad about the time that we don't. Mm-hmm. I may always and will always be your sunshine, but she will always be my star from up above. And I know at nighttime I can go and look at Mama and Jamie in the sky. And then she kind of breaks up here, and gladly they will save me a seat in heaven like they'd. And then she says, I'm sorry, because she's like, catching her
choked
words.
Up, yeah.
Yeah. Gladly they will save for me in heaven like they saved a seat for me in this very church. Although there's nothing we can do to prove it, we still have control over how we treat people with us today. Therefore, when someone tries to tell you anything, no matter how unimportant it could be, just listen, because you never know when it's somebody's time to go. You can say goodnight and wake up a few hours just to find out they aren't there despite their joy and their love. So just listen and never take a hug or anyone or anything for granted, and love with all you have like they did. And lastly, then she thanks a lot of people. Mm-hmm. A lot of people don't like this either. And lastly, in not taking people for granted, I want to thank my family and also my Cata fam, which I believe is the Catalyst Church family. Mm-hmm. And then she lists a bunch of people. Mm-hmm. And she says, for helping me get through my worst nightmare. And then she says, Jamie and Mama would have thanked y'all too. I love you guys, and so do. And then she chokes up again. Mm-hmm. And then she says, and so do they. And then she ends with, I'm sorry. And so a lot of people did not like the I'm sorry part. And one of the people who felt like it was really suspicious was James's niece, Kristen Dowda. She was there. And in an interview with, I don't remember who she did the interview with, but she also posted on Facebook. She said of the eulogy, quote, the feeling of being at a funeral to say goodbye to someone you loved and thinking to yourself, am I actually witnessing the person that murdered them, standing up here in front of everybody and fake crying about them? Does anyone else see this person doing a crying voice but never shed a single tear? This is what a monster looks like. Monsters do come in the form of sweet-looking girls in dresses sometimes. And luckily in this case, the monster gets to trade her dress for a jumpsuit and handcuffs.
Did she post that before or after the arrest?
After the arrest.
So did she already think it was her? I have questions about their relationship.
I know. There are members of his family who, I don't know what they were saying beforehand, but definitely since she got arrested, the Brock side seems to very much believe that she did this. Now, is there something that we don't know that they were witnessing before? That is entirely possible. We just don't have that information. To me, her crying voice,
it sounded genuine.
If she was faking that, we need to get her people to fax Hollywood people.
Yeah. That, I don't know. I'm up to this point, based on what you've said, I'm not buying it. But like you said, there's a lot we don't know. And I do have questions about their relationship. I know you said that, James and Kristen's relationship had a lot of ups and downs and like they were doing better. So like somewhere along the way, did his family get turned against her and her mom taking sides? Like, you know what I mean? Like, why?
Right. It's,
I need more.
Yeah, it leaves a lot of gaps, I feel like.
Yeah.
And even the spokesperson for the Carroll County Sheriff's Office, her name is Ashley Halsey. She's done several press conferences and interviews. She said that the delivery of this eulogy was suspicious to investigators as well. And in an interview with News Nation, she said, quote, "I can't tell you if she had real tears. I wasn't there to see it in person, but it seemed odd. It was more like a speech. And at the end, she said, I'm sorry. Was that, I'm sorry because I may have done this? Or is it, I'm sorry because I was upset during this eulogy? We may never know the answer to that, but that did stand out to me at the time."
Okay. I don't like that. That's your opinion. That's my opinion.
Yeah, that's...
And, okay, listen. People are allowed to have opinions, for sure, right? But when you're the spokesperson for the sheriff's office giving an interview, perhaps one should keep their personal and, based on what we know at this time, unfounded opinions to oneself, because you are now speaking on behalf of the sheriff's department.
Right. And it does feel like the sheriff's department is utilizing this as part of what has, because at the point that Ashley gives this interview, Sarah Grace is arrested for murder at this point.
Okay.
It's just very interesting that that's, and whoever did the interview asked specifically, did you think the eulogy was weird? And so she says that, but still, you would think the answer to that for the spokesperson, reinforcing to the public that we've done a thorough investigation would be, we weren't there for that. But what I can tell you is we've got lots of other evidence that points to her.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Where is the media training team? It's time for a refresh. Because I don't think it's your place to say that.
Yeah. I thought it was strange. Now, again, a lot of people on the internet feel the same exact way.
I mean, okay.
So we may
but
be
a lot of
some
people
hot
on the
takes
internet aren't spokespeople for the sheriff's department. They're not responsible for gathering the evidence. They're not sitting in the courtroom as one of 12 jurors asked to give their opinion based on the facts presented to them.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like on the internet, I'm allowed to have my opinion about it because I'm not speaking on behalf of anyone but myself. Not that words don't matter. They do.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a difference. I don't know. I feel like there's a difference when it just doesn't feel right to me. Mm-hmm. It makes her seem guilty. It's very different when that's coming from the comment section than when it's coming from the spokesperson for the sheriff's department.
Yeah, and Daniel does an interview with Law and Crime after Sarah Grace is arrested, and it's a pretty long interview. We'll listen to parts of it.
Mm-hmm.
But at one point, I don't know the name of this Law and Crime guy. I forget. He's great. He's fantastic. Love everything about him. Cannot remember his name. He asks specifically about this as well. And is like, did you think it was weird? Like people didn't, they thought it was weird that she kept saying, I'm sorry. And he was like, you can sneeze on my daughter and she will apologize to you. She will, you'll step on her toe and she will say, I'm sorry. And I do think that is also very common, especially in young girls and even grown women.
Yeah.
It does not matter what happens. I will say, I'm sorry. A lot of people do that. And especially I think in the South, girls in the South.
Yep.
I just feel like,
I mean, so far, everything about what we've said, and I haven't looked at her other TikToks, but based on what you've described them as, like, this is a young girl who's grown up in the age of social media where you post every single thought, feeling, whatever, who is grieving and who is she's crying out for help in some way, and everybody's blasting her for it. Yeah. Like, nothing about it seems odd to me for a 16-year-old at this time to do that. Exactly. It seems like a cry for help to me. Yeah. Because you're hurting. Yeah. Not because you're doing anything nefarious. No, and I will say that it appears that the state's case is, again, and we don't know because they're not releasing much information, is that, now they don't have to prove a motive, and I get that, but it feels like the motive they're going with could very well be, I wanted attention on the internet. I wanted to blow up on TikTok. Therefore, I killed my parents to get attention for it. Yeah. I mean, could it happen? Sure. It's possible. It's possible. But I just don't know. So, and also, even if she was, and here I am giving my own whatever, but even if she was sounding like that when she's doing this eulogy, even if there were no actual tears coming out of her face, there are times where, like, I've been through a family loss or something. Yeah. Where you get to a certain point where you don't feel like you have any liquid left in your body to even produce tears. Yeah. And I cry a lot. Yeah. At least once a day, probably. Sometimes more than once. I don't cry every day. I try to keep that to like a quarterly situation, a quarterly event, if possible. But I can say that when my mom passed away, I was at the funeral, obviously. And like my brother and I were up there in the receiving line. And do all funerals have a receiving line? Is that a Southern thing? Oh, I don't know. I guess I assume they did because everyone I've been to is. I mean, I assume they did too. Anyway, we're up there in the receiving line, and my brother and I are devastated because it was an unexpected event. But like, we were up there joking and like, picking at each other and like doing all of the things. But that is how we deal with it. That's how I deal with it. That's how he deals with it. So I wasn't like crying my eyes out at the funeral. That's not to say I didn't when I was, in private, but I don't owe you my tears in public to justify that I'm sad about something. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I don't have to grieve the way that you want me to just because you want to see it. Like, that's for me. Yeah. And it's just such a slippery slope to say, well, she didn't cry enough, because then if she cried more, then they'd be like, oh my God, she cried so much. Yeah, that it was an act. It's just a slippery slope. You don't know. Yeah. I would like to see some evidence myself. Yes. So several more months go by. The sheriff's department is continuing their investigation. They interview Sarah again on July the 7th, 2025. Her father was with her. He says the interview lasted for over 4 hours. That's insane. And then, yeah, it's a long time. And then she goes to Alabama to stay with a friend that night. Okay. And apparently where they live, that's not very far at all. It's just like they're kind of close to the line, or at least where she was. Then the next day, an arrest warrant was issued for Sarah Grace, and so she and her dad went to the police station to turn herself in. She was arrested and charged as an adult with the double homicide of James and Kristen Brock. That's wild. I don't love it. We will listen to part of the press conference that Ashley Halsey gives at this point. Okay.
As you all remember, I recognize many of you in this room that did come out on the scene that fateful day on February 20th. On the morning of February 20th, 2025, deputies with the Carroll County Sheriff's Office responded to a tragic scene at 1531 Carrollton Tyus Road. They discovered the bodies of James Brock, 45, and Kristen Brock, 41, both deceased from apparent gunshot wounds. From the very moment the 911 call was received, a relentless investigation began, one that would span months consume thousands of man hours, and require the full weight of the local and federal law enforcement agency partnerships. Today, we can confirm that an arrest has been made in the case. Kristen Brock's 17-year-old daughter, Sarah Grace Patrick, has been taken into custody and charged with 2 counts of murder and 2 counts of aggravated assault in connection with the deaths of her mother and her stepfather. While the case has not remained in the public spotlight in recent months, the investigation has never gone silent. Led by investigator TJ Repetto, our team has pursued every lead, sifted through mountains of physical and digital evidence, conducted countless interviews, and collaborated with agencies such as the FBI, the GBI Crime Lab, and private forensic laboratories. In a world where television portrays crimes being solved in under an hour, the truth here is much more complex. Real justice takes time. Time to ensure that no detail is overlooked and no stone is not turned over. Sheriff Terry Langley, alongside Captain Guy Pope and Lieutenant Jackson Lawrence, has remained committed to ensuring that justice is served in this heartbreaking case. Their leadership, combined with the tireless dedication of our investigators, has brought us to this point today. We know the public has been eager for answers, and we want to be clear. So have we. But bringing forth the truth responsibly and thoroughly is our highest obligation. We are proud of the unwavering commitment shown by every member of the Carroll County Sheriff's Office, and we stand behind the process that has led us here today. Our prayers remain with the families of James and Kristen Brock, and especially with their young daughter who was home during this horrific crime. We also want to extend our heartfelt thanks to the community that has rallied for justice and has never given up hope. The pursuit of justice does not end today, however. It is very possible, because this remains an open and ongoing investigation, that more arrests and charges could be made.
She says that the investigation, investigations take time. Mm-hmm. It's ongoing, and arrests don't happen overnight, and there are things, that they have to do. But this team has been working tirelessly, and they've been combing through mountains of digital and physical evidence, and all of these things finally paid off and led them to the arrest of Sarah Grace Patrick. She does also say this is an ongoing investigation. It doesn't mean that it stops here. There could be other individuals involved and arrested as well.
Okay.
When she gets to the end of her, spiel, and she opens it up to questions, she again reiterates the phrase mountains of evidence. And this is something that she uses going forward in interviews too. They continue to use the phrase mountains of evidence that went back to Sarah Grace Patrick.
Okay.
They're not sharing any of that with us.
I get it. You don't share your evidence, but at the same time, what evidence? And you're saying it's still ongoing, which, you can make an arrest. If you've got enough to make an arrest in an ongoing investigation, absolutely you can do that. But then to be like, other people might be implicated too, but we haven't arrested anybody else?
No.
We haven't named a person of interest?
No, nothing. Nothing that I'm aware of. I have seen rumblings that this could be an ex-boyfriend. So,
an ex-boyfriend of Sarah?
Sarah's. So it turns out that on July 2nd, so just like a week before she's arrested, her 18-year-old ex-boyfriend, Jackson Spradlin, probably Spradlin, I don't know.
Okay.
Was arrested on charges not related to this crime. He was arrested for felony possession of drugs, possession of a firearm, intent to distribute / manufacture controlled substances.
Okay.
Drugs and guns.
Mm-hmm.
Again, the prosecution has been very tight-lipped about the evidence against Sarah and what other people could be charged means, but there are either thoughts out there that, maybe did she direct somebody to do this? Or...
Okay, here's my other question, because I don't know anything about this ex-boyfriend, but he's been arrested for felony possession of drugs and of a firearm and intent to distribute and manufacture. Those are big. Those are big charges. He's a grown-up. he's going to go to grown-up jail.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if he was like, I can give you some information about the murder if you give me a deal or something. You know what I mean? Like,
Possibly.
I mean, that's purely speculation on my part.
Yeah.
I'm just asking the question, like, is it possible?
Right.
I don't know.
I understand you don't want to give away your evidence, but there are certain things that you expect to at least know going into a trial. Like, okay, these are the charges, and here are some reasons why this person was arrested. And we just don't have the second part of that at all.
Yeah.
After Sarah's arrest, her grandfather, Dennis Nolan, so this is Kristen's dad, and like I said, her father also did an interview, but Dennis did one on Court TV.
Okay.
And he was asked, when your granddaughter was arrested, like, how did you feel? Do you think she's innocent? Do you think she could have done this?
Here we are 5 months later, here in July. Your granddaughter, Sarah Grace Patrick. She's the one now behind bars facing the charges in these murders. What are the feelings? What are the emotions? And I understand that you're standing by her side. You believe she's innocent.
I'm just in total shock. Because she, first of all, the length of time that's passed and the fact that they arrested her without any evidence that I know of. Everything seems circumstantial, and I think they were just desperate to arrest someone and to try, because the case was open for months. A lot of investigation. I know they tried hard to find the murder weapon. They tried hard to find who was involved. They investigated a lot of people, and for them to charge Sarah without, and I'll say this, the investigator told me the day they issued the warrant, when I asked him, I said, well, what proof why did you pick on Sarah? He said, well, she's the only one who could have done it. And that's a quote. But and that's, to me, that's not enough proof to throw a 17-year-old girl in jail. You take a 100-pound girl and you hand her a 9mm pistol and you ask her to fire it, who doesn't have a lot of, I don't know if Sarah had ever shot a gun before. She was here, and whenever we shot guns, they were rifles. I never saw her shoot a pistol, but I just can't imagine, the accuracy that gun had in her hands. I don't think it could happen. I think that, a 9mm has a recoil, and it's going to, it's be hard for her as a novice to speak of to fire as accurately as it was fired with the evidence that we know. I just don't think physically she could do it.
He says, and so does her dad in a different interview, that they never found the gun. And he also says, when I asked the investigator, he used the term, what made you pick on Sarah? He said, the investigator said, well, she's the only one who could have done it. And he's like, okay, but you didn't find the gun. And they both say that they scoured the property. I believe Dennis even says that they drained that pond, or they scoured the pond too. Like, they looked everywhere that they could, the barn, the shed, all the stuff. They never found it. They found no weapons inside the home. And from what I understand, James was a previous felon, maybe, so he's not supposed to own any anyway, and it seemed like he was complying with that.
Okay, so then here's my question. Sarah and her sister were in the house at the time that this happened, right? You said he's got the heart machine. When it went off, is that what alerted emergency services, or did someone call 911?
Sarah called 911. So her sister...
she heard a gunshot?
No.
Oh.
No. So her sister went in that morning.
Oh, that's right. You said her sister found her.
Or to just wake up and went to go get her mom and couldn't get them to wake up. So she went and got Sarah. Sarah comes in. They're both discovered dead. And then Sarah calls 911 at that point. I have heard varying some family members said that Sarah says she never heard the gunshots.
Mm-hmm.
Some family members have said that the little girl also did not hear gunshots.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question. If Sarah didn't hear it and the little girl didn't hear it, good luck getting a 5-year-old to lie, first of all. They're so honest. And she would have slipped up that story along the way somewhere, I would think.
Yeah. They are also very susceptible to information that they're told.
That is true.
So they said that she was forensically interviewed, and some family members say that she heard the gunshots and some say that she did not. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know, because the police department and the prosecutors have not definitively said one way or the other.
Okay.
So I'm not totally sure. And she's 5 years old at the time. So if she says she heard them,
yeah.
if she says she didn't hear them, can you, they're just, if you tell a child this happened, did you hear it?
They're going to say,
they might say yes,
yes,
just because you asked them a question.
Yeah.
I mean, you just don't, remember the McMartin daycare or preschool trials from the 80s, early 90s? These kids were literally telling investigators that they were traveling through tunnels underneath the earth for all of these sexual abuse reasons, or that they were flying in helicopters and going into the ocean and I don't know.
An unreliable witness.
Sarah says she did not hear the gunshots for sure.
Okay.
And that's why the layout of the house seems especially important. I mean, I would think even in a big house, you'd hear
something.
Multiple gunshots.
Okay, here's a question. What kind of gun were they shot with? Do we know?
A 9mm, I believe.
Okay, so if it had a silencer on it, again, still not
all the,
quite, it's not silent.
Yeah.
But it's not as loud.
Right. And we just don't know these things. Did she sleep with her TV on? Did they sleep with a TV on? Did she sleep with headphones in? I 40% of the time have a headphone in my ear at night now. There's a lot of stuff I don't hear. So these are things we don't know. But the bedrooms were close together. So you would think you'd hear a gunshot, but again, what are the other factors that may be
right? There's more to this story, obviously.
Yeah, so it just seems, and also Dennis said she was 100 pounds soaking wet. She didn't know how to use a gun. She didn't know how to shoot a gun. He was like, I can't imagine her holding a gun, first of all, knowing how to use it, knowing how to do anything with it. Then where did she put it? How did she get rid of it? And then on top of that, there's a recoil when you shoot. What is the accuracy of that gun in her hands?
Mm-hmm. Did anyone swab her hands for residue or something? Because if they're like, well, she's the only one who could have done it. Okay, well, at the time, then she was still the only one who could have done it. So did we check that? I'm going to say no.
I hope they did for multiple reasons. I hope they did, because if she did do this, I am not too proud to say right now that based on the evidence that they put out there, I certainly don't. But it's feeling vibes only to me right now.
Yeah. Maybe they've got a smoking gun, and we'll find out about it.
And I will gladly change my opinion with more information. I'm not too proud to do that. But as of right now, we don't have that. They could very well come out on fucking opening statements at trial and be like, and she had gunshot residue all over her hands. Okay, good.
Okay, perfect. Let's see the evidence. I'd love to see it.
If that's the case, then it does a lot of things. I hope that they swabbed her for that for multiple reasons.
Mm-hmm.
If they swabbed her and it's not there, then that's a big deal.
Yeah.
And if they swabbed her and it's there, then obviously that helps their case. But if they didn't swab her at all, then we've got this big hole of well, we think she did it, but we didn't do the thing we should have done to say yes or no.
Mm-hmm.
And so now it's just all of this, we've got to try to piece it together in other ways. It protects you on both sides if you did do that.
Yeah.
But we will listen to a little bit of Daniel Patrick's interview on Law and Crime, and he says some very interesting things about the state of the case after his daughter was arrested, and he also says some very interesting things about the Brock's history and possible maybe legal troubles and activities they may have been participating in.
Okay.
Let's just begin with, I know it was a tough day, the day that you learned your daughter was going to be arrested. What was your reaction when you heard that news that that's what police were going to do?
I was in shock, first of all, and it really it broke my heart. And I was just scared for my daughter, not knowing what was going to happen next.
Law enforcement had said that you had to take her to, I guess they had called, and then you brought her to the police station. I mean, what was that whole process like for you, and how it all went down?
So the whole process was the day before, they brought us in for a witness impact statement, is what they were saying, and they were supposed to give property back. When we went in there to allow my daughter to talk, they interrogated her, and we were there for maybe 4 hours or so, and my daughter told them everything that they wanted to know multiple times. At the end of it, they started throwing pictures of her parents at us, her stepdad and her mom, deceased.
Thank you for the heart
wounds. And we stopped. As a father, she was considered a minor at the time, so I stopped the interview and told them that we were not going to talk no more, and they let us go. I asked them if they were arresting her, and they said no. And about 2 hours later, I guess it was, I received a call from them saying that I have to turn her in by 10 o'clock in the morning, or else they would send out the U.S. Marshals. So I talked to my daughter. She was actually headed back to Alabama to be with one of her friends. And I talked to her, and the lady that lives with me that I'm renting from, she went straight to Alabama and picked my daughter up, and we spent the night together. And then 10 o'clock in the morning, we complied. We didn't turn her in, but we came in and we did what they asked.
Because I know police have said, law enforcement, that their words were like, we have a mountain of evidence against Sarah Patrick. Do you have any indication of what that mountain is, of what they think that they have on your daughter?
I can't really speak too much to the evidence. I don't want to talk too much, but if they say they have a mountain of evidence, that folder was pretty thin. That's all I will say. So they showed us a little bit of stuff, but without attorneys around, I don't really want to speak of that evidence. So, but the evidence that they did show us did not add up at all.
Going back to, and I know it's a tough day to go back to, February 20th, when all of this happened, what did Sarah say to you about what she witnessed that night?
Well, I got a call that morning. I was going to work, and normally my daughter would call me or text me before going to school, telling me she loves me and have a good day. And I answered the phone, I believe it was around 7:40 to 7:45, and nobody was talking, so I thought that she had just butt dialed me, as most people would say. I was headed to work, and 15 minutes later, I received a call from the ambulance, because they put her in an ambulance first, her and her sister. And they told me that Kristen and James were deceased. And from there, I broke down because I didn't know what was going on. They asked me to come pick her up. At the time, I didn't even know the address. I've only been there to that house during our custody battle for the children once. And then one time, whenever Kristen had been arrested, I had to go pick up my child and bring him home. And then this was the third time, and it took 20 or 30 minutes just to figure out an address, because nobody was talking to me. Nobody was letting my daughter call back. I received a message that she would be up at the sheriff's station, and I went to the sheriff's station to pick her up. Kristen's mother was there. You know, it was a very, very hard morning. They took her back for questioning, and I was in the room, and we just did what they asked us to do. I thought nothing of it. We didn't have any kind of clue of what the nature of the crime was. We talked to the detectives, and from there, they took a break in between, and they were like, "Would you like to go outside, get a breath of air, smoke a cigarette, or whatever?" And that's what I did. I came back into the room, and they were interrogating her without my permission. She was 16 at the time. And then from there, they let us go. We were there for quite a few hours. I know they were doing their job because that's what they're supposed to do. But from there, we just went home.
Over the past 4.5, 5 months since it happened, and then when the Carroll County Sheriff's Office said that she was going to be charged with these murders, I mean, what indication did you get that they were looking at her as a suspect during that time?
Well, I got no indication at all because they weren't talking to me because I was not next of kin. They were talking to, of course, Dennis and, James is next of kin. So I never heard from them for 4.5 months. I just, we were starting to try to get over the situation. We were still in the mourning, and they called us up and asked us to come in, said that they were going to get back property like my daughter's phone and some jewelry and stuff like that. And so we went in, and that's how everything happened the other day when they took out the warrants.
So up to this point, everything spoken about the Brock family, remember, seemed to be like they were this normal everyday family. They're, they had some trouble in the past, but that's completely behind them. Mm-hmm. Any activity that they could have been participating in that could have opened them up to violence, all of that was over, completely in the past, no overlap, nothing to do with it, right? Yeah. But Daniel's interview with Law and Crime revealed some information that seems like it could change everything. Maybe the family was not as happy as they seemed on the outside. And we are going to dive into that in the next episode. So come back. This is the end of part 1. If you are a patron, you get part 2 right now. It's ready.
Perfect. No waitsies.
Yeah, if not, that's okay. You can wait a week, and next week part 2 will come out, and we will dive into everything.
I enjoyed that.
I did too. Now I want to listen to part 2 because I
Well,
want to
there you
know
go.
how. I want to know why was he not the next of kin if that was his biological daughter.
Right.
And
Agreed.
a 5-year-old could tell you what happened. So did they question the 5-year-old?
Mm-hmm.
Or did they
Like,
feed
go.
the 5-year-old information to say the James's sisters, who I believe his sister has custody of the 5-year-old?
Yeah, but wouldn't they have questioned her that night that they had them both in the ambulance?
Well,
I'm
they
thinking,
didn't question Sarah until months later.
oh, wow. Okay. Huh.
Oh my God, I want to hear part 2 now.
Well, you
We'll
guys
do it
listen and
tomorrow.
fill me in tomorrow.
No. We'll wait till tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if Ivory wants to go live tonight and talk on this or not. I don't know.
I don't think she does. She's been busy with shopping and cleaning.
Now, when is her when is her trial going to be?
Monday.
Oh, that's right. You did say that. Monday. Wow. Okay.
Both of
That's
these
going to be
trials are
good.
Monday.
That's going to be good.
What case
And
are you guys talking about for today? I've never heard of this one.
This is the Sarah Grace Patrick.
yeah.
Yeah. That her trial starts Monday too, and so does Clancy's. There's Jamie.
There's Jamie. Hi,
Wait,
Jamie.
Hello, Jamie.
I got some information for you.
let's hear it.
Well, just a few days ago, I don't know if it was Law and Crime. I can't remember which one on YouTube, but they have over 100 times have went to that house. CPS did, but they're not saying why. They just got the information for this,
Oh boy.
so they're not
Interesting.
saying why. I knew there was a lot of family issues between the families because there was different mothers, different fathers, all that going on.
Right.
And then, if that is the father that was talking, I'm not sure. I don't recognize the voice, but he's the one. They have him. Somebody was talking to him in an interview, but they didn't play the interview. I don't know why. I'll have to figure that one out. But saying that, he's sitting there. What we just heard, that she didn't know nothing about a gun or nothing, and they claim that they went out shooting all the time.
That was the grandpa that was saying that.
Oh, okay. There's a grandpa.
Yeah.
But family members are saying no, him and his daughter went out shooting all the time. Another thing is they found either part of the GUN or the clip to it or something in her bedroom closet.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So there's way more to this. They're just not letting it out, and people don't understand it. I mean, look at the David case. Look how long that took to get him arrested. When they're trying to be quiet and collect their information, they're going to be quiet about it. They want to make sure that they have the right person. So yeah, there's a lot more to this. That just so much more. I can't wait till I watch on Monday because, like I said, they kept a lot under the vest, so we don't know yet.
Hi, hey, Hal.
What up, you guys? Why did it put information in the chat box?
Huh?
I wrote,
don't
I
know.
wrote, I wrote, what up, information? Whoops.
Maybe because Jamie's full of information.
Oh, new nickname unlocked, 411.
Jamie
Hi,
is
Treehouse.
Jamie can contain information like nobody I've ever seen.
Not really.
I,
Sometimes I forget, and I got to write it down. But sometimes it depends on what case it is. If I'm so interested, it's in my head. It's there.
Right. I think that's with me too. But it's like both of these trials start on Monday. Lindsay Clancy and Sarah.
Oh boy.
Stacy, did you see that Joey got arrested?
I did.
Did you hear why?
Um wasn't
I
he on
did.
probation?
Yeah.
Yeah, but apparently, I think Sam was in the chat the same time I was, and apparently he took it a step too far with Heather Talks True Crime, and he was threatening her, and from what I gathered this morning before I dipped was I think it's ex-girlfriend or ex-wife has a protective order against him, and
Yeah.
she was in the chat, and he violated it, and so they called, and yeah, he got arrested.
No
Well,
way.
yeah, but how can they control that? If he's in a chat and she walks in a chat, how can they control that?
I don't know. That's just what I heard. Maybe there's more to the story, but I had to dip because I had that show today. But yeah, I caught a little bit of it, and apparently, old boy got arrested.
Oh my.
Lordy, lordy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, you piss certain creators off on this app and they go real life. Like
Well,
I knew something bad was gonna happen when him and Heather got into it. I knew it.
well, she's not the nicest person most of the time. I don't care if she hears this or not, because I'll say it to her. She's not. And the way she conducts her business is not too well. No, I don't care for her.
Shit, I didn't know that. I only catch bits and pieces of her lives here and there when I'm like passing through, and I saw her headboard thing that was like, he got arrested, and then I sat in on it before I had to go, and I was like,
Isn't that the one? Isn't that the one that got in with you, Stacy?
That got in with me.
Yeah, got into it with you a little bit.
Yeah, she had me blocked for a long time. She hangs with the Jacks from Piper and them. And Jack's just had it out for me for some reason. I don't even know. But every chat I would go into, she'd be like, "There's Sheshed," and she'd block me.
I mean, after that, I heard her in her live, the way she was talking about you, and I said, I'm watching the whole thing, and I'm saying, she came to your live just to get the information. She brought it back to hers.
Oh yeah, she had me blocked and she was summoning me. I was live
Right.
and
Yeah, I was there.
I can't remember who she had coming over to get me and I'm like I'm live. I and it was some paper that she wanted on the case that we were working on. I think it was the Siders family.
She knew you were
Um
live. She was in your live. I was there that day.
yeah. Well then she ended up I guess unblocking me and came in and then once she got the information she wanted I've never heard from her again.
Oh shit, there's background there? I didn't know that. My bad.
No, you're fine. There's background all over this app, hey. You know that.
I
Yeah.
mean, yes and no, but I'm intermittently here because I be coming and going,
You
Yeah,
know, but
you're fine.
I think you're doing a good job in everything, but my personal thing to you, you can do what you want. It's just certain people. Sometimes people say, I understand how Ivor is. Well, she don't block unless she really has to. But some certain people, already know, even from 2, 3 years ago, what they're like. They're
True.
Yeah,
not. They're coming into your life for a reason. It's not for you or to listen to you. Okay.
right.
So
And
just be a
I've
little
noticed
careful. Don't let people steal your work that you work so hard for.
yeah, and I've noticed a couple people doing it and then getting the information wrong and
Right.
then putting it out there and then we're having to tell people no that's not what we said. That's not the information that we put out.
Right.
Yeah, there's a certain
Hmm.
somebody from the Nicole Jerry community that now has followed everything I've done.
Yep, me too. Yep.
Yeah, see what they do? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. These are the people that you just need to block. Don't let them ruin all your hard work that you've done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not worth it.
But the
It's
thing of
not
it
worth
is,
it for them to just come in your chat and listen,
they'll just come in on a backup.
Well, yeah, but you can figure that out. That's easy to figure out.
We're gonna leave that to you, Jamie.
Yeah, I see the ones with the low numbers.
Yeah, I don't ever check them.
They got 3 followers or something, well, they're not really following you. They're just coming in
Yeah,
on their backup or whatever page that they made up
Yeah.
to do it.
right.
But
All
you
right, guys, I'm going
try
to
to
head
do the
out
best
of
you
here. I got to
can.
get up early.
Night,
All
All
right,
Susan. Have
right,
a good
ladies.
night.
Susan. Have a good
See you
night.
guys.
Bye,
Good night.
Susan.
Good
Bye bye.
night.
Thank you, Sheshed.
You are welcome. Thank you.
Have, have a good rest.
Yeah, I mean, I, I don't know. Up until the last few months, we put in a lot of work on these cases and a lot of hours. It's bizarre.
Yeah, I know. You see people like I see there are a lot of good creators out there, and then you got ones that are not so great. But
Yeah.
to see somebody's work be destroyed or taken is it's just not right. They should, even if they do take it, the proper thing to do is say, "Well, this is where I got this from." You know what I mean?
Hell
Yeah.
yeah. Hell yeah. I got nothing to speak on true crime
Yep.
journalism, but I had an art piece blatantly ripped the fuck off, and the dude was like, "Oh, I saw this on the internet." I'm like, "Bitch, cite your sources. You got that shit from me." Sorry.
I
No,
remember
right.
that.
You're right. I mean, your hard work is being ruined by somebody
Yeah,
doing that.
that chapped my ass because I was like, me of all people, I ain't got enough followers for that, but thank you.
Well, hey, didn't
Yeah.
you have a girl following you around too, still in your artwork?
Yeah, actually. And I had to block her because apparently I wasn't the only one that was getting ripped off. And I didn't say anything about it to anybody in the community because I thought I was being dramatic. And the oddities community is already like very like, it's mine, don't touch it. Oh my god, gatekeeping. Like it's really scary. And so like, I just don't engage. And then somebody else put this chick on blast, and I went in and I was like, whoa, I thought I was one and done, but apparently she's been ripping off everybody. And so it comes and it goes, and I can't deny that I've gotten inspiration from other people, but there has always been a time and a place where I've either messaged them and asked them if I could utilize the same, like, foliage or, like, props, whatever, but
Right.
I've also
Right.
also tagged them because it's like I don't want to be that guy and like I rip them off. And then the other thing that happens a lot, and it's kind of frustrating, is when people like they'll blatantly send me other people's work, and they're like, "Will you make me this?" And I'm like, "No, because I'm not gonna fucking rip off their shit. Go pay them, like, respectfully. Like, that goes to them. They made that. Call them. Like, it just
Right.
it's ethics, you know. But
Right,
no, I get
right.
it with the whole true crime thing. It's kind of like when we were writing book reports as a kid. In the end of your book report, they'd make you say cite your sources. I used Google. I used Webster's. I used fucking, journalism.com, whatever. But it's always you gotta say where and how you got your information. And people to this day, they don't always disclose them, because I feel like people are now trying to use it as, oh, I have someone close to the chest that nobody else has. But then there's also people that are really good about it with journalism, I think. But those are also the
Right,
people that take their job seriously as journalists, whereas a lot of
right.
these creators are just like, they're the next big, I got it first, gotcha. I don't know. It's very cut and dry, I've noticed.
Yeah, they
Um,
try to gatekeep stuff, but then if you have something that they want, you
yeah.
know, which if I'm asked, I'll give it to them. I mean, there's nothing really to gatekeep. It's going to be out there anyway. But to just like send somebody to like screenshot your live or and then say that they got it somewhere else, or it's bizarre.
Yeah, it's not real. That's not respectful. It really isn't. I
Mm-mm.
Somebody
I hate seeing people do that. Sorry, go
the
ahead.
other day, no, somebody the other day posted Ivory's live with Rod, and
Wow.
they just post clips, and I commented and I said, you should credit the creator of this who hosted the live, and
Right.
they blocked me.
Yeah.
Oh
They
God.
That's fucking bold.
That's yeah.
Like
That's
like that's the whole source of your entertainment and views. Like, for real. And the shitty thing is like, with now TikTok being the way that it is, you can pause it or whatever the fuck it is, and it hits find similar. And Ivory's whole Rolodex of videos would come up, like, as if it wouldn't take them to her profile anyway. Like, that's bold. Just
Yeah,
saying. Just saying.
it is.
Okay, I have a question about TikTok just because I'm really old and don't understand. Sometimes, like, it'll show Ivory is live, so I click on it thinking she's live and she's in somebody else's live. So I leave because I don't want her to think I'm creeping on her. Is there a way to tell?
Oh, no,
No.
you can do that and that's why it's posted out there. So a lot of us creators or just people not even create I shouldn't even call myself a creator because I'm really not. But let's say I want to go somewhere and I'm going to be on somebody's panel and I don't want everybody to know that I'm there. I just turn my rankings and that off so it doesn't show that I'm there.
and
So,
another way you can tell. You look at your top of your screen, you see all the people who are alive. Usually, whoever's holding the live will be first, and you might see maybe Stacy behind her or Ivy behind her. That means they're a guest on there.
yeah, but don't feel bad coming in where we're at if we're on another panel.
Well, because like last night it showed it was Jamie, Sheshed, Sam, and Ivory, but it showed all four of you live. So I just don't know how to tell. Yeah, it's confusing to me.
Yeah, well, we were just kind of battling, jacking around last night.
Yeah, it don't
I
matter. Don't feel bad at going anywhere. We're all together
no.
anyways. You know what I mean? So it's no
I
biggie.
go into lives all the time, and there's like two people, and I'm like, oops, bye, oopsies.
Yeah, I will do that too. I'll go in and be like, oh, I wonder what they're talking about. And there'll be like five people in there. And I'm like, just dropping in to say hi. And then do, I do out.
I was just
Yeah.
gonna say, not me. I just follow
Hi,
you guys all
Treehouse.
around. I'm like, what are you shitheads up to?
Exactly.
I always see Hay and I are always in the same chat. It seems like.
We
That's
really
funny.
are. Like, we'll be popping up in communities, and I'm like, cool, I have an ally. Let's fucking go.
See, I know how to
Yeah.
sneak. I know how to sneak in because I do see Hay and I do see Sam in these lives, but I know how I sneak in pretty well. But I would say 90% of the time nobody sees me.
I was in, I think it was Idaho 4 last night, and I thought I saw Sam's name go scrolling by. Her comments were going so fast, and I was like, God damn it, was that her? And I couldn't find it after that, and I gave up, and I was like, well, that was Sam. It's gotta be Sam. I was just hopeful. I was like, you know what? I'm just accepting it. We're in this.
Hey, we were listening to the Idaho 4 this morning, and then Natasha Cooper came up on panel.
Oh
I mean,
God.
Whoa. I know a lot of people have their, dislikes with her, but I think, like, to me, this is going to sound really weird because I don't know shit about the South. Between Kelsey and Natasha Cooper, they are what my brain says, oh, you are the definition of Southern, because you have those perfect one-liners and you're just funny. And, like, I don't know, like, I think she's really funny. Sometimes she goes off a little
Yeah.
rangent,
I do
and I
too.
Every
wish she,
day she goes off on
Honestly.
a random. I
yeah, and
can't.
I wish
I can't with her. I
I wish
cannot.
that sometimes she wouldn't read the comments, because then she'll stop what she's talking about, and I'm like, no, you were doing so
That girl
good.
does not miss a comment. Trust me.
Mm-mm.
she's full of information, though. Like,
She's got some good information too.
Well, you might think of, but what I was hearing a little bit before I left today, that's not all. That's her opinion. As far as that's the way I look at it.
Oh, I didn't know she was going off on opinions.
She
Lately,
does
all I've
tell
been
you. No, she
seeing.
does tell you a lot. She'll say where it came from. But a lot of people, if you ever been in her live, people say, "Okay, you got proof of that." Oh yeah, I got it, but never shows it. She's one of those. I don't know.
Oh, usually when I go into her live, she's like looking at crime scene photos, or she's reading the documents, and so I don't know. I usually catch her when she's literally reading them off, and then she's like, "If you guys keep saying dumb shit, I'm getting on Patreon," and I'm like, "Please don't. I'm entertained right now.
Well, because
Just
people are
ignore them."
trying to tell her the right stuff. Because she has her. She's doing it from. I don't even know how to explain her. She might be having some facts because some of them sound correct, but then some of it is kind of. That's why she says she doesn't watch documentaries.
Oh, I
So
haven't caught that.
yeah, she was saying that today, and I'm like, and did you guys get a chance to watch that Scream video?
the what?
What?
The Scream video where they heard the screaming in the house.
No,
No, we
she
didn't.
said she was going to send that to me, and I hadn't even looked to see if she did or not. I got busy at the pool with the grandkids.
Oh, go on YT. It's everywhere, but I mean, you can watch and listen and look at the time frame. What she's saying is wrong. That's trust me. I've been on this case for a long time too, and then once it was over, I'm done. I was on to the next one, but I mean, it's been like I don't know, 4 years.
Yeah.
It's been a long going time, and she's still talking about it. But now that this new thing come up here with Kogerberger now, let's see what's going to come up with that. But I mean, I think I don't know.
Everyone
I
knows
just
how I
don't
feel
know.
about this case. And sorry if you guys can hear Steven's drums in the background. I keep trying to walk farther away, but everyone knows how I feel about this case. And like,
He plays
I'm,
drums.
yeah.
Tell him I'm in love.
All right. You can have him for 4 out of the 7 days a week. You got him.
Oh no, I don't want him that much.
Yeah. Yeah. It's your day, Jamie.
Well, hey,
Just kidding.
you've always been on the same page as I am that there was no way that he could do it by himself in
Fuck
that
no, dude.
amount of
There's
time.
no. Fuck
But
no.
after
Unless
the
he knew.
podcast that I listened to today, I didn't know that he was a boxer. I didn't know that he could punch 160 some odd times in so many seconds.
Yeah, especially if he's been in that house before. You got to think of it. I can't remember the name of that case, but the guy. This was years ago, maybe in the '80s. He went to the dorm with the nurses, and he unalived 4 of them. Just one guy. He did it.
Ted
It,
Bundy?
it can it can be done. What'd you say? I'm sorry.
Ted Bundy did that in
Yeah,
Florida.
yeah.
Yeah.
He did it. It was him. That's who it was. Sorry. Thank you.
I just have a hard time with time, floors, and bodies, and no mess. There's too much against it. Like,
Yeah.
when it's not, I don't know, dude. I'm not trying to get that dark, but like, if anyone has ever cleaned a deer or any kind of game, that's not easy to do. Not only that, you're hitting
Not
bones.
easy at all.
Hell no, dude. It's not easy. You have these 2 chicks probably potentially on one. I'm not saying that's true, but if they're saying, if like what's really in the affidavit, that Maddie woke up to, or Kaylee woke up to Maddie, then, there could have been a chance that she fought back, inebriated or not. And then you take into consideration he had 3 floors to get through, and in 9 minutes, even no, dude, there's no way. And you didn't leave handprints or footprints or smears or nothing through that house in 9 minutes. Give me a fucking break. Give me a fucking break.
I don't know about 9 minutes. See, every time I go somewhere, I hear a different time all the time.
I think it was like 9 or 12 minutes, somewhere in that window.
Yeah,
It wasn't very long.
I think he did it. And then there's another thing that they were saying, like they keep saying, oh, he had a clump full of hair in his hand. No, he didn't. They found one single hair. The rest of it was like debris from the floor, but it was one single hair.
I don't know. Those crime scene photos, dude. Even looking at it, it looked like he had a handful. Like not a handful. Sorry, that's a bit much. He had like what you would pull out of your hairbrush, like 20 or 30. Yeah, several. Like it was identified. And like the ones that were all pulled apart, like yeah, those were very.
Yeah, see, I don't know how true that is because I think that was coming from. Crap. I got so many cases in my hand I can't forget. But I mean, I heard it a few days ago.
Photo though,
and looking at the photo, that they were saying it was one single hair, and the rest of it was like dirt debris from the floor.
Well, that's what gets me also because it went from the picture. I don't know what the floor exactly looks like from that point of view, but to me it looks like his hand is on the railing of the
bed,
the bottom slats of a bed. Yeah, it looks like it's between the bed and the wall, and so like it could have fallen between there, but like I don't know. It could have been a really dusty area, but it did. He did have hair in his hand, and it just to me, what my big question with that is why didn't they test that? Why didn't they take that? They take everything else from everyone else's fingernails, but you didn't bag his hands. Why not his hands? And I want to know why there were cuts on the back of his hamstrings and his calves. Why did you do that? He was on his back. Who flipped him over? Like, did you guys see those photos, dude?
Yeah, there's so much. Dude, there's so much to this case. I mean, it'll never end. I think.
he poked Kaylee in the mouth over 20 times.
Yeah, I heard. Yeah. Oh.
Like, bro, it was like no, and even Steven, like y'all know Steven's prior job to what he does now, and even Steven was watching that with me, and he doesn't know the case like I do, and he watched that, and he's like, "There's no way." He's like, "That's not a clean job." I said, "Thank you," and Steven barely knows what I go off on tangents about this, and it just Steven's whole job was clearing houses and dealing with people. I'll say that much. 2002 to 2006. Do that information you will, but it's just. When he saw it, he was like, that kid did that. And I was like, right? Look at the way he walks. Come on.
They're saying that he had been in that house prior.
Yeah, I know. I heard that as well.
I know, and that's what got me.
To see, unless we see official documents knowing that they have actual proof of that, I don't know. I mean, he seemed to know that house so well, but even before this, even before he was going to go on trial before he took the deal, they were saying they had his cell phone tower that he kept driving around that house. Like it seemed like every night, driving around the house.
Oh yeah, and they pinged him right before, like a couple hours before, and then they have footage of him in the neighborhood, like zooming around. Like dude was hauling ass. He wasn't driving around inconspicuously at all. He was like doing the most. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I seen that. I'm like, Jesus, it's wild. It's wild.
Y'all remember when we were in the chat with everybody going off about this in Skip's Discord, and when we were theorizing on the highway that he took back on 93, and we had pulled up Google Maps and we had all theorized that was the one that he took. What blew my mind was when they pulled up the affidavit, and where he claimed to be stargazing was right around that riverbed off Highway 93. Dude, I shit the bed. I was like, oh my God.
Well, now they're claiming he went a different route. So I don't know what to believe anymore. They need to release the documents, but now they're not going up because he's doing what he's doing now.
I think that the lady that Ann Taylor, when she was representing to him, I think she kind of screwed him in the name of her and her namesake, like for potentially like, whatever.
Yeah.
Like because now with allegedly this plea deal, you're taking a mass serial person to a plea deal, from the DP to life. Like that's a win on her name, but even like legally, like I don't know. She just sucks. Like, what they did with her, and I don't know, dude. I gotta stop. I'm gonna start talking shit.
No, I know this case. I mean, is a lot.
And it
Like
blew
if
my
you
mind that
haven't
the
watched it from
family
day
is
one,
saying,
sorry, go ahead.
you're fine. I said it blows my mind that the family is suing the other school.
Yeah.
Like, how are they supposed to be responsible for him?
They're suing Washington for what?
Well, it's like a lot of jobs do that. Like when you go out in the public, you represent that place. That's the way they look at it. And if you're representing that place and you're doing something wrong, yeah, you're responsible. They look at it that way.
Maybe if you're on the clock, but
That's why a lot of companies or even business, even small businesses, they'll look at your social media. If they see you doing something wrong, they look at all that. So it's a tough thing to. That would be a tough case. I'm stuck in the middle on that one. But
You know what's funny is when I got hired at my job that I'm at now, like for whatever years ago, one of my managers was in a training meeting and I said something and I don't know how we got on the topic of it, but she was like, "Oh yeah, I saw your page." And I was like, "Oh, great." Like there was nothing on there, but I was like,
right.
That's great. That's
That's
great."
why you got to have people have learned to have secret little pages because they know their employer will look for them every once in a while online if they hear something. You know what I mean? And they have usually when you sign up for a job these days, that's usually in the contract. You sign your name. Yes, they look at your social media. Yeah, you're told that usually most jobs today. I mean, look how many people have gotten fired just from being on social media and saying certain things. I mean, it's like they went to college and everything and they lost these good jobs because of one stupid little word that they said on the internet.
say internet again, Jamie. I love it.
Huh?
Say internet.
Why?
Just say it,
No, why?
please,
Internet.
because it's cute.
Hey, Sheshed, did Ivory ever find her MySpace last night?
Say
Yeah.
that again, Loopy.
I didn't know if Ivory found her MySpace last night.
Actually, it led her into somebody else's MySpace.
I didn't know what they did years ago with MySpace because I had one. It
Well,
tells me
they're bringing
I
it.
had one, but it doesn't bring it up for me.
Well, it will. It might now because they brought it back.
It's always been there. It's never left. It's just that they changed a lot of things, and from that many years ago, once all Facebook, FB, and all the other ones came around, people forgot about that for 10 years, and then people are starting to look into them now, and they can't get to them. So why did they do that? I'm wondering why they did that.
Ask Sam how she got her pictures off of there.
How?
She paid $5 and held up a picture with a date on it. Had
Photo
this number.
bucket.
What? Wait a minute. I'm not getting it. Because that's the reason why I was trying to get into mine, because I have a lot of pictures.
Yeah, you go to photo bucket and you tell them what your MySpace login was, which mine was earthlink.net, and I don't have access to it. So they made me take a selfie unfiltered and then hold up a sign with the date on it.
Oh, wow.
And then I paid $5 and they retrieved my pictures.
Oh, great. Oh, that's wonderful. Ooh, I got to try that.
I
That's
was
the only
laughing. I
reason
was
why I
like,
was.
not Sam paying $5 and sending in a selfie.
No, I would. I mean,
Yeah.
like I said back then, I remember putting a lot of pictures, and that's the main reason why I was going back to look. And I'm like, I couldn't get in there. So here they have captive of all your stuff that you did back then, but you have no access to it. I wonder if they ever said why they did that. I don't know what.
I'm gonna hop down.
Okay. Have a good night, Sam.
You too.
Good night.
I hope you feel okay. She started her new medicine.
Hopefully, it's a sleep medicine. That's what I need.
It's not. It's that GLP-1, I think she said it
Oh
was.
yeah, she was saying it last night. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's gonna feel nausea for a little while.
Yeah. Yeah.
I still get nausea from it. I just don't. I don't know.
Do they give you medicine for nausea though?
Yeah, I have Zofran
Yeah.
because I told them I wanted to get off it because I'm tired of being nauseous, and they said no, you got to stay on it.
Yeah. Well, you've lost a lot of weight on it already too, haven't you?
Not a lot, maybe close to 30 pounds now.
That's a lot.
It's like slowly, but I mean, you know what happened the first 2 weeks. I had
Yeah.
that quick drop of 14 pounds.
I did. I dropped 15 pounds. And
Oh
then
yeah,
last week, so I had broke one of them up and I just took like I don't know even how much it is. I just like divided a 7.5 into 5 different injections. And so then last week I took one and I didn't feel like it was enough. So tonight I doubled up on it. So we'll see how that does.
Lord, girl.
Hey, it's not a 10 by any means, I promise you.
Yeah, they started me off on a 2. Then after a month, they moved it up to 5, and it's still at 5 after how many months now?
It's been a few months. Yeah, but try taking a 10, Jamie, and see what
Nope.
happens.
Nope. I have enough problems with what I'm taking. Never mind. I'm not.
Get you a diaper ready because you're going to be pissing yourself at the same time you're throwing up. Ugh, it was awful. My arms are almost healed up, though.
Well, see,
Oh, Chatter said she was taking 15. Holy cow.
they started you off on 15. If they started you off on 15, you got the wrong doctor.
Well, she said she lost over 100 pounds on it.
Oh, no wonder. If you're starting off at 15, yeah.
I doubt she started off on
It
15.
depends on where she got it from, a doctor or wherever. People get it from different places.
Yeah, that 10 did me in, though.
What does no base mean?
Mm,
I
I,
don't know. I don't know what she's saying.
I don't know what no base means. I have no idea. I got some sun at the pool today, though.
No, I had enough of the heat out there today. Whew. I only did the front lawn. I said, I'll wait until tomorrow to do the back. It was just too hot.
She said she was on it a year and a half, and she started at the bottom strength and worked her way up to the
Oh,
first
okay. I
one.
got you.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, they haven't moved mine up. Thank God. I don't want to.
right.
I just don't like it. And he keeps telling me, well, it's going to be good for your heart and it's going to be good for this and that. And, oh.
I'll let you know how I feel tomorrow, doubling up on what I did.
I mean, I had to take it because I'm diabetic. I wasn't taking it to lose weight. But that is the side effect for me.
Right? Right. I don't know. I'll see how I feel in the morning, doubling up.
Her insurance stopped it on January 1st. Now, don't they say when you stop that, you gain the weight back?
God, I hope not.
They say people who stop it, they start gaining the weight back. It's like a lifelong thing that you would have to stay on it to maintain your weight.
I think if you just watch what you eat, maybe. She said she already gained some back.
Yeah, see? Yeah. Well, I heard that from a lot of people. I barely eat as it is, so I mean, Jesus. I don't know.
Right?
I mean, when I was in the hospital for 10 and a half months, what did I lose? I lost, 87 pounds, something like that, because all they had was a feeding tube down my throat. So,
Wow.
but that's not the ideal way you want to lose weight. But for some reason, I never gained that back. I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm hoping that if I can get down where I normally am before all my trauma, that I'm hoping that I can, keep it off. Because I used to have such a high metabolism.
Well, it depends. I don't know if you've gone through menopause or not yet, because if you did, that's another factor that'll hold weight on you too.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Where's her? Oh,
Man, is she lucky.
Hey, got dropped. She was on pause too long.
Oh, where'd she go?
She was on pause. She might have been on the phone. I don't know.
Yeah, that was funny today. That person, I'm not going to mention no names, was listening to your live and then came in.
Yeah, I was shocked.
Who was it? Did I tell you last night? Oh, they're probably in here nosy now. But when we were doing those battles last night, I had both. Should I even say the names? I was shocked to see those two people pop up in my thing.
You
And
talking
then
about Jerry?
well, he was one of them. That's the name I'll say. But the other two, I thought I told somebody. Who did I tell? I told one of yous last night. I don't know who it was. But who was it? Well, I can tell you one because everybody's seen it. Cajun Navy Jen.
Yes.
And the other one was your favorite friend.
Oh, is she back?
Yeah, from what I understand, I saw her name came up.
Lord. He already kicked her out, Chatter. Lumi said, I'll say it. I saw Naomi with CNJ today.
Yeah, that's right. Lumi saw it too. I'm like, what the hell are they doing in my thing? I'm like, I don't even talk to these people.
Right.
And they know I don't like them. So, I mean, it's not no love lost there.
Nope. So I guess Naomi's doing better then? Oh, I bet you did, Lumi.
Yeah, she did. She did. She's the one who sent it to me because I didn't even pay. I only caught one of them. I didn't catch the other one.
Did they gift?
No. They came in quick and probably saw you guys in there too and jumped out quick.
Oh, I bet. Ran with smoke on their heels, I'm sure. I'm sure.
That was funny.
Good Lord. My AI summary, a casual Q&A about medication side effects. Share your experience. I already shared my experience. It made me ill. Yeah, with the swiftness, Lumi. I bet they did.
They did. I seen one of them. Well, she caught the other one and popped in right back out.
I remember last week we were doing that and you said Ryan came in.
They did.
And didn't even send a heart me.
Yep, and I told them about it too. I don't know. They're picking on him so bad right now. The other creators, it's funny.
Lord. What else can they pick on him about?
Well, he does it to himself, if you ask me. But you know,
Yeah.
I think at this point with him, I think he's just doing it because he does a lot of battles too. But he's doing it, still using her name, to hang on to whatever he can get money out of.
Well, yeah, because he can't do it on his own.
What's it been, 3 years now? I mean, come on, you got to be over the woman by now.
I was laughing last night when AK was up battling us, and then Ethan was over in AK's going,
Yeah, what happened there?
Ask Ivory why she blocked me.
Well, she always has a reason, but she don't need to tell them. They should know. That's the way she looks at it.
She said, I don't know, but you must have done something. I was kind of laughing because I've never heard Ethan say, why'd you block me? Respect the block.
Yeah, I guess she's making him think about it because she has, if I blocked you, I did it for a reason. And she's laughing, and she cracked me up because she was laughing. She didn't say, "Oh, I'll unblock you," so she knows what he did.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Because with him, I don't know. I see him float around the TikTok streets, and he goes in different lives and stuff, and I think that's where he gets most of his information.
Yep.
And then he goes back and does his own little thing.
Yep.
I've noticed that with him. I see him all over.
Yep, I saw him. I saw him watching one night, and then he went and did one on the ciders.
He is funny. I don't know where he comes up with those stupid words that he comes up with.
I don't know. He'll be. I think
You
it's
want to
funny
come up in
when.
this box? I'll chap your ass. Get up in this box.
Yeah, come on up here if you can. I know one night I was in there watching him. This was just like last week, and there was a guy. I don't remember. I do not remember who he was covering, but I think it was a family member of that person that got up in the box and called him everything but a white boy.
Yeah, I don't see. That's why I
I
don't like
was
the way that he does
mad.
things because he doesn't look at things objectively. Like when somebody has a different comment, like in the comment sections, they have a different opinion than him. That's when he goes off on them. You can't do that. You're not going to have the same opinion with everybody else.
No,
Okay?
but this guy was a relative of whoever he was
Yeah,
covering.
I know. That's why he doesn't let. Most of the time, he doesn't do that. The only time he lets people up in the box, unless he wants to yell at them about something. That's the only reason.
Yeah.
He doesn't let other people have other opinions or whatever.
I saw a couple girls in his box today and I was shocked. I was like, well, this is odd because he usually doesn't let anybody up in the box.
Oh, that must have been the same two that were in there last night spreading lies about this Clancy case.
Maybe it was last night. I
She
don't
tried to
remember.
say she was a psychiatrist, and then I go to, was it Reddit today? Or where, I can't remember where I read it, that they looked into that woman and said he's being fooled. She is not a psychiatrist. And there was a real psychiatrist in the comments last night, and me and her are talking back and forth. And I said, yeah, they're not listening to us, so forget it.
Did you see the lady that put out a video? She like supposedly reads the eyes of people and she was reading the Siders family.
The eyes tell all. That is the truth. I believe that the eyes do tell all.
Yeah. It was kind of interesting, but yeah. Because she
What
was
did they?
talking about Elizabeth being broken and being a victim and not knowing that she was a victim, and because she's been a victim for so long. And yeah, it was wild. Do what, baby D?
But those
No, I was just
voices
going to say,
online.
what did they say? Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Oh, oh no, I was just going to say, what did they say about it? Like, did they say? Are they? What were
Well,
they
with
saying about the eyes?
well with Elizabeth, she was. I've got to try to remember. She was saying that she saw that she was broken and that she
Yeah.
was a victim but didn't realize she was a victim because she's been a victim for so long. Um, and then pretty much calling Junior a oh, what was it she called him? Um, I don't want to use the word arrogant. Kind of controlling.
Yeah.
And then I had a phone call and I forgot to go listen to the rest of it.
Oh, I sent you a TikTok of them people, the Siders family. I don't know who she was. I can't remember who she was. I think she's a reporter or something.
Oh, I'll have to watch it.
Yeah.
I love when you
Did
guys
you
send me stuff.
did you get on Friday? Did they? Because I missed it. Did they show the on Ivory's? Did they show the court thing?
The house, no.
Yeah.
They told us
Oh,
that
they.
they went to the house, but they didn't show us anything. And I
Oh,
thought they
was it?
were. That's what I was waiting for, but they
Yeah.
didn't.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Was it any good on Friday? Because I sort of.
They had mostly, EMPs, police officers, and all that. That's about it.
Oh,
It
okay.
wasn't as interesting as the other days, but we'll see what happens on Monday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'd be wild. But now it's like we're going to have two court cases going at the same time.
Yeah.
I'm wondering how that's going to work.
Well, there's a lot of cases coming up.
Sunshine said, who handled the kids in the ER? Doctors who handled the kids in the ER. That's who was on Friday. Yeah. And that one kid looked so young that was up on the stand.
I don't know. They look like they were all like in their 30s.
You could tell he was frustrated. They kept asking him questions in other ways, and he's like, I don't know. I don't know. I wasn't a part of it.
Right.
But you were there, but I wasn't a part of it, and they just kept making him say it over and over. Yeah, he was nervous.
You mean the guy that was about to cry, or he was
Yeah.
crying?
Yeah.
That poor guy, and he was breathing heavy. The guy that was breathing heavy.
Yep.
That poor guy I felt so bad for him, even after 3 years later. That we're still feeling that way. I mean, I can imagine doing that job and going in a house and seeing something like that. I couldn't. I couldn't.
Uh-uh.
Especially kids. I can't.
No, because he'll live with that for the rest of his life.
Yeah, I thought I was going to sit there and cry with him. I said, "Oh, he's about to cry. Here we go." Poor
Yeah.
guy. They're bringing up these memories and showing him these pictures, and it's like, it's like traumatizing them all over again.
Yeah.
It's
There's
sad.
just some things that they've done. I'm just like, it doesn't make any sense. Like showing the baby's clothes, and I mean, like, why? Like, what was the point of that? I
Maybe they
couldn't.
just wanted to identify of what they seen or what the child was wearing, I guess.
Yeah, but to be showing the dad, like, I couldn't sit up there, and I don't even know how he held his composure, to be honest.
Well, he had 2 panic attacks during all this, so what do I feel bad for him too. I mean, a lot of people want to blame him. I don't think
I don't think he had anything to do with it.
uh, no, but in a way, I think there was some things he could have paid attention to more. But I don't think he lost his whole life. I know that feeling. Trust me, I know it.
Yeah.
And it's just you can tell he was trying to control his breathing, but then they had to stop that one day because he had one, so the EMTs could take a look at him. But I mean, it's got to be. I can't even imagine that.
I can't either.
Did they have a mum and dad or anything? Did they not come down and help or come round or whatever?
They claim that they did sometimes. Now, from what I've seen, I guess the both her parents and his parents will be testifying as well. So let's see.
Okay.
I'm waiting to hear from them what they have to say. They're
Yeah.
gonna have people from her job. I mean, that's why that list was so long. I just found out the other day all the people that they're gonna have as witnesses.
Yeah. Oh. Because like the grandparents could have took the kids out just to give her a break or something, right? And
Yeah.
Now, did anybody notice? I've been noticing this, like that question about her saying that she was gonna hurt herself and hurt the children. Now, when the prosecutor asked that question, he answered yes. When the defense asked that question, he said no. Did anybody pick up on that?
Uh-uh.
I thought that was kind of odd. I'm surprised the prosecution didn't pick up on that.
But were they talking about different days or?
I don't know. It didn't specify a day, but I'm sitting here watching him saying, why is he saying yes to them and then he just said no to them? Wow. I don't know.
Yeah. I just wonder if they were talking about different days or not. I don't know.
I mean, he sat there and he says, they had a lovely marriage and got along well and da 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 da. Anybody who's been married will know you're not going to have hunky dory days every day, okay? It's just not going to happen.
Oh, yeah, it's not going to happen every day. But they did look like they had a good marriage. But that house, I'm sorry, that house creeps me out.
I don't know. There really hasn't been no proof that they had a good marriage, only by what he says, and that's it. Until the parents and everybody else testify how their life was, then and I think in my opinion, I think he's doing that out of guilt because maybe he feels he should have done something.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I think anybody
When,
would feel guilty.
when did
I
he
don't
get
know.
with his wife, this new wife?
I don't know when he got with her, but I know he
Oh,
married her on April 6th of this year.
you don't think he was cheating or anything, do you? And
No,
then,
people keep putting that out there. Just because you go to New York for 2 days doesn't mean you're cheating on somebody. I mean, he went there for his job. Uh, that'd be awful quick. I mean, they were always together in that house. So there was two occasions out of the whole time that this was going on that he went somewhere by himself. Well, one of the trips he brought his daughter.
Thank you, baby D. Yeah, but didn't you find that house kind of creepy? Or was it just me?
I don't know. I looked it up on Zillow.
It reminded me of Amityville Horror House on the outside.
I don't know. I didn't see that, but
I don't know. Maybe it was just the shingles or something. It was just, I don't know. And then even seeing the inside of the house, it wasn't anything that I expected.
what do you mean? Like
I
what?
don't know. With her being, a labor and delivery nurse, they make good money. And it just, I don't know. The house was just kind of blah. It wasn't, to me, it didn't look homey or comfortable from what I seen of it, but maybe that's just me.
Well, I don't know. Hey, that's the least of my worries. If I had three little ones like they three kids under five and under, that would be the last thing I'm worried about is what the house looks like.
Oh, yeah, but you know what I mean. You see
I mean,
somebody.
she was a very meticulous person, so their house wasn't dirty or anything like that.
No, the house wasn't dirty. It just wasn't. It just wasn't what I expected to see. I don't know. I don't know. Just me.
I don't know what to ask you. I don't know, like, what were you expecting to see because they made good money? Maybe better furniture or something? I don't
I
know.
don't. I don't know. I don't know. Like the layout of the house was weird. Um, I don't know. I don't know. I just didn't like the house at all. I just thought it was weird. That's just me, though.
I don't know. I didn't think the layout was weird. You had the kitchen on one side, the living room on the other side. Then you had this little nook area, and then you had a space between the house and the garage, like a room. I think that's where the washer and dryer and all that was. Uh, and then you had the bedrooms upstairs. I think they had, I don't know, I think
Yeah,
a
but
bath and a
even their
half.
bedroom just looked so small.
To me, it didn't look small. It looked plain. They didn't have
Yeah,
much.
plain.
They didn't have much in the room because you know how certain people are with their bedrooms. You know, that's their sanctuary sometimes. So yeah, it looked very plain for a bedroom.
Yeah. I mean, you've seen my bedroom. Hell, I got more in my bedroom than they had in theirs. I don't know. I just found it a weird house.
I mean, it's a
will
good
she
sized
test?
house.
Will she testify? Do you know?
I don't think she will. I don't think her lawyer will allow her. I don't think she's in the headspace for that, to tell the truth.
Oh, okay.
I had heard that she was planning on going on the field trip that they went on Friday to the house and that. And then the last minute, she backed out and said she didn't want to go.
Where'd you hear that at?
It was on.
She
It was
seems to.
it was on Crime TV, but I can't remember who was saying it. It was like at an intermission. I had it on the TV at work, and it was like one of the news anchors was saying it.
Oh lordy. Sometimes these people don't put out facts. I mean, I would listen to other upper, better people that are more. What's the word I want to look for? But
Well,
I
it was
don't know.
Crime TV.
I would think she can't even sit in the courtroom without crying every day. I think that would be totally traumatizing to her to go back to that house.
Oh yeah, but maybe in the beginning, maybe in the beginning she thought she could handle it, and then last minute she realized she couldn't.
I don't know. I find that one a little far fetched, but could be true, could not be. We don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, you're fine, Loopy.
What happened, Loopy? Where'd you go?
She actually she
Oh, she had a phone
dropped.
call. Sorry, that's all right. I have a
Feel
bad
free to
habit.
come back up. Anything else going on the TikTok streets tonight?
I don't know. I don't pay attention half the time anymore. I swear to God. I mean, I hear little bits here and there, and what I hear, I just don't like. So I just, goodbye. Got to get out of there.
That's me. I'll just keep on scrolling like, damn, how'd I end up in here? Yeah. Yeah.
Jamie, I gotta say that I like you because I like the fact that you don't just agree with everybody just because everybody wants you to agree. You have your own opinion.
No, I never will. I mean, I respect other people's opinions, even if it doesn't agree with mine. And I hope people are the same way because that's the way you should be. But I mean, no, I won't go with the flow. If I believe a certain thing, I'll say and most of the time I like to say what's fact. And if it's not fact, I'll say, well, I heard this, but I'm not sure. You know what I mean? You gotta
Right.
kind of be, open minded when it comes to some of these cases because they're so, uh, some of them are so heartbreaking. Some of them are, like even with the Clancy one, still for now, I'm still stuck in the middle on that one. I'm just not ready to sit there and say, okay, just because they said that she had psychosis, but you got to look at it this way too. When she was in the hospital, she first said she was not guilty until she got a lawyer. Just like in the Gypsy Rose case, they could have made up a story for her. You know, so you don't know until I want to hear these experts. There's just a lot I got to hear so far. I'm just stuck in the middle on this one.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to find out.
It seems like everybody's covering them, and I go in. I mean, you guys know I stay home and take care of my son, so I'm on here a lot, and I go into all these lives, and they just don't want you to have your opinion, and they try to be very
Right.
intimidating.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you don't agree with them, they don't like it. And I rather go somewhere where both people are appreciated for their opinions. It
Yeah.
should not be that way where, oh, you got to agree with in my life, this is what you got to agree with. No, I don't do that. I won't
Yeah.
do that.
And I don't want anybody agreeing with me if they don't agree with it. Don't say you don't agree.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
just
Sheshed's live is the only live I've ever been on panel, I've ever talked. I try to stick with when I catch all you guys together, I enjoy that.
oh well, we enjoy having you. Because we all
Yeah, I
have
Right.
never
different
I
opinions.
seem to catch you guys anymore. I'm like, man, why am I so off now? I don't find anybody.
We're on all the time. I've been on all the time here
I
lately.
swear we've been on
Have
every
you?
day now. I
I know,
think
and
I'm
I
on here
well,
more
I've
than I
kind
used
since
to
the
be.
trial, the Clancy trial, I have just because I mean it's where
Yeah.
I live, so I mean, yeah, I'm pretty invested in that. And then the
Oh, you live over there?
no, well, my stepdaughter does.
Yeah.
I'm in the other part. I think
Yeah, I'm right
I'm in
next door, so I'm not far either.
yeah. So I was gonna say you're a little over, I think, right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to watch what I say.
Yeah, well, I'm trying not to. I think some people know, but I mean, I try
Yeah,
not to
yeah.
say too much where I'm at, but
Yeah,
because you know
that's
how
why I
deep
try
it
to
can
watch.
get.
Well, see, it's funny because you try to be careful and try to watch what you say, and then like for me, I make cups, so then you put yourself out there, and then all those people are knowing, and they're gonna know, and then it's like I come over here, and it's like, okay, how
Yeah.
much do I say? And I'm like, God, that's kind of stupid,
Well, because
but
we've been in places, let's say in the last 3 years, right, Stace?
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
Um,
it's you see it
they'll
all,
they
so
pay attention to every little word you say, and they will use whatever they can use just to make, and they don't even know you, and they'll just do this crazy stuff.
Yeah.
It's wild.
yeah, yep.
Hey, Nina, I don't know how much longer we're going to have, but I do know that the judge did not agree with Junior on keeping everything private. So
Well, now they want to have a test. They all want to have a test for competency now.
All but Elizabeth.
Right. Correct.
Yep. You're welcome, Nina. Yeah, we're trying to keep up on it. It's going to be a while for that case. I'm still waiting for the Bartholomew's in the Rebecca Park case.
What
Yeah.
was the case? And I
A
kicked
lot of them
myself
can
because I
take 1 or
can't think
2
of
years.
it. What's the case with the baby that was never found?
That's
That's
Rebecca Park.
That's Rebecca. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, wait. That one is, wait, Rebecca Parks is the one that, isn't that the one that cut the baby out of her
Yes.
friend?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm
No,
talking,
not
remember the
out of her
one?
friends. Not out of her friends. The bio mom cut it out of her daughters.
Yeah.
And then that baby was
Oh,
never
that
found.
case. Okay, I was talking about the that other case that had the Netflix thing.
Yes. Now that baby was found because remember it went to the hospital. She had the baby on her lap when she was pulled over by the police
Yeah,
because she
that
was
one.
driving. Yeah.
Yeah. They
But
got
the
a
one that was like
documentary.
in, was it in California or something? It was happening the same time as all the Nancy Guthrie stuff.
That was Cadillac, Michigan. That was the Park case.
Was it? I can't,
Yeah.
I don't know. I know Samantha covered a lot and I don't know why I can't even think of the name that it was. And I was like, oh my God, the
You're
parents won't
probably
even
thinking of
say where that
Courtney.
baby.
It was the Rebecca Park case, but you're probably thinking of Brad and Courtney Bartholomew
Yeah,
because
I don't know.
they would come up on panel, wouldn't they,
Right?
Jamie? It was the craziest
I
shit.
mean, I bet you those people are going to go to court because they came up on their panels.
I
I can't
guarantee
believe
you.
when you're in a case like that, and then you got the mother, the daughter, and the stepfather, or whoever. They're all coming up on panels, and I'm like, are these people crazy?
I know that always has struck me. Like when Rod first went into Ivory's way back when, I remember sitting there and I was like, "Holy shit, is this really him, or is this like some like?" It's hard to. And we were questioning. I don't know if he. I think Jamie. I remember Jamie from way back then
Yep.
was in there, right, Jamie?
Yes, I'm
Yeah,
surprised anybody remembers me because usually I stay in the background. But I would say the last I don't know how many weeks
I
I'm
don't
more
remember
out there.
Sheshed from way back then, but I remember
Yeah,
you.
yeah, I've been around for a long time. People don't realize it. I've been around for a long, long time.
Okay,
Yeah.
Curly said, or the girl that took out her parents and then was trying to get creators to cover it.
That's the one that's starting tomorrow. What's her name? I've got her name now.
Oh, Sarah?
Yes, Sarah. Sarah.
Grace Patrick?
Yes, she was contacting creators, so that's going to be another thing. It's like, why are these people doing this? Coming on TikTok and trying to get with creators.
I
Yeah,
can't
that was one
believe.
of the podcasts we just listened to that starts on Monday. Yeah. We're gonna listen to part 2 of that tomorrow night. Or sometime tomorrow. We might do that in the morning.
Yeah, the thing with
Oh,
her,
maybe I'll.
because they were trying to stretch that out again and get it rescheduled, and the judge said, no, this is it. It's starting on Monday, and that's it. This judge was mad.
I don't know. I think the wildest case I've ever seen on here, well, would have been the Parks because of not Rebecca, but Kimmy and Courtney coming on panel all the time. And then Don Juan, the boyfriend, and then Blind Guy and Camper. And
They
it
got all
just,
these
That blows
names.
my mind. That's nuts.
Yeah, they got all these nicknames, and I'm like, oh my lord, what is it? Sounds like a mafia. I'm like,
we watched part 1 of the Sarah Patrick, and then we're gonna do part 2 tomorrow when I get out of church. Because I forgot, I promised my granddaughter I would take her to church in the morning.
well,
Oh,
where's it
that's
on?
sweet.
So maybe if somebody missed it, they can go see part one.
It is. It's on Spotify, and it is. Hold on, let me see what the girls' names are because I really like listening to them. It's called This Feels Criminal.
Never heard of them.
Yeah, it's This
I
Feels
mean,
Criminal.
I heard a little bit of it, but I don't know. They sound kind of young.
They are. I just like listening to them talk
Yeah,
because they like question each other and they really seem to like deep dive. But they don't go overboard on it.
right,
So
right.
I kind of like that with them. I usually listen to one of their stories at night every night to go to sleep.
I do that too sometimes. The next thing you know, I have an earbud in bed with me I gotta find.
Yeah. I live alone, so I just put my phone on speaker, and the guinea pigs don't seem to mind. So
I don't know. I'm trying to stop doing that because I don't get enough sleep to begin with. So if I do play something and I do finally fall asleep, then it wakes me up.
I set mine on a timer. I put
Oh,
mine on a timer. Yeah. So it won't just continue to play.
but then sometimes I stay awake because the story's interesting. So it's
Oh,
hard.
yeah.
It's hard to.
I,
I'm
I've
telling
caught
you.
myself doing that too.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm all over the place, constantly looking into things. I mean, I think more lately than ever, because all these cases that are going on at once. It's like, I mean, I do try to listen to some of the smaller people because it doesn't mean they don't know anything, but I also try to stay with the most competent people that we know that are that don't sit there and not going to just throw anything out like some of the news anchors or whatever will do.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I mean, where I found that list of what was going on in the Clancy one was because over where I'm at there's a certain newspaper because they're closer to that, so they put that out.
I'm sorry, Curly. I know it's hard. Are you going to tune in, Curly, to either one of the courts come Monday? Because it's the Clancy case and um, Sarah Grace Patrick.
I'll have to see how they're going to do that, especially on court TV. I don't know how they're going to do both at once. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm hoping they're different times. We'll have our phones on 24
Well,
7.
there has to be because they announced that they're covering both. So, but I just don't know how they're doing it.
I bet one to be morning and one to be afternoon.
Okay,
And
Jamie and
then should do
Sheshed.
what play or
Do what,
something
Lucy?
play?
I am going to rewatch the video tonight, and I'm going to write down the exact time, and I want one of you to tell me. There's a part that Patrick says something to the judge, and then they do a sidebar, and I've watched it and watched it and watched it, and I don't understand what he's saying.
Oh,
I
is
think
what
that
he is saying because they said that they weren't going to, wasn't it show the pictures?
It was something because you could tell he didn't want to.
no, what I thought it was because if you noticed, right after he said that, the court stopped for the day, and that's when the EMTs were checking him out. Because if you were watching his breathing at that time, he looked like he was hyperventilating. But he said something because, and then I heard the judge say the next day, he goes, "Hey, if you feel like you're having any issue or whatever, please tell me." And he shook his head yes. But when that happened, he had to. I couldn't see. I was trying to see what he was saying, but I think that's what it was because then they court stopped for the day. I could be wrong, but could be. That's what it looked like to me.
Yeah, it could be.
Because then all of a sudden, court stopped for the day, and then they were saying EMTs were checking him out.
Yeah, and I never heard him get dismissed because I had walked away, so I didn't know what the deal was. I mean, if he was coming back or what, because I didn't hear the ending.
Well, we didn't hear nothing for a little while. We're like, all right. I
But
thought maybe
see,
they were taking it.
law and crime, from what I found out, and I don't know if this is every day or what the deal is. They were saying that they have one photographer, and I think that might be the Boston Globe. I'm not sure.
I
And
think
then
so. Yeah.
and then law and crime was the videographer. So I don't know if it switches out by the day
Yes,
or
probably.
how that works, but so when I was watching Law and Crime, they were talking all about him having a panic attack and all of that stuff, and that's how they knew, and they had somebody in the courtroom that gave them that information. So I was like, oh, okay. I'm like, geez, you almost, how many stations do we have to play? We got to get the, the information because I
Yeah, I
hate
try to
getting.
stick to the local ones to where they are because they're the ones who, to me, anyways, seem to be putting out the right information.
Yeah, yeah. It's hard because you don't want to get, the wrong information.
I mean, it makes sense because even the Boston Globe and whatever's going on in that town, it's right there. So it makes sense to listen to them first. They're there. They know what's going on. You know.
Yep. Yep.
But yeah, it's a very. I mean, I was just watching him that day, and I kept, even though he seems like a very calm person, like to me, he seems like a more calm, laid back person. But after watching him, and I was watching his breathing, and every time they were showing him pictures or asking certain questions, you could see him breathing heavy, and I'm like, and then he kept trying to rub his neck or whatever, and you could tell that
Or pat like the corner of his eye. Like he made it look like he was rubbing it. But one time I'm like, Mark, look at that. I'm like, he's like fighting off like complete breakdown.
Yeah, he was fighting it off. He kept trying to take deep breaths. If you were
Yep.
really watching him, he had a tough day that day, and that's when the court ended that day, and so I
And
knew
I
that's what it
do think he
was.
tried to help her as much as he could with the information that he had from her.
Yeah,
I mean, she clearly didn't tell him everything. She wasn't, telling him every detail of a doctor's appointment. I mean, you look at everyday life and I'm like, yeah, it's not far fetched. It's easy to be on the outside and it's like, well, why didn't you do this? Why didn't you say that? Why didn't you think of
right,
this? Like, that's kind of not everyday true life.
right, right.
And he was always taking care of the older kids and well, she had the baby and it's like I
Well, he
feel
even
like
had the
he was
baby.
present.
A lot of times, he had the baby down in the office with him because
Yeah,
of
he was
what.
present and he was helping in the household and doing I think what he could. I mean, was there stuff that he probably, maybe could have picked up on or this and that probably, but
Yeah, I
like I
don't think
said,
he
would that be,
understood.
Don't you think
it's,
some of those answers are so vague though because of his civil suit?
oh, it could be. Or
Uh,
he's told not to over, I don't know.
I mean, you're looking at almost what 4 years now. So to remember certain things and some things, his mind could have blocked out. I mean, that's your children you're looking at. You know what I
I mean,
mean?
and that guy has to have PTSD after that. Come on,
Oh,
he's
of
got to.
course.
Absolutely. I can't remember what I did yesterday, let alone 3 years ago.
I know, right? Especially like the thing that kept getting me, and it was so stupid why I was so hooked on it. I'll admit it. I was so hooked on the fact I'm like, who the F cares about the freaking protein in the protein bowl?
All right.
Like, okay, she wanted to get back to shape. She was clearly somebody who was in shape and was whatever. Like, I was just so irritated that, and then I was like, why am I so irritated about that? Like, that's the
Yeah,
least of,
yeah.
but it was one of those things where it was like, kind of was getting a little old. The lady was like,
Yeah, I look at it this way. I don't care if you're married, you're not married, you live with somebody. Do you tell them 24 hours a day every little thought of yours? No, you don't. In her situation, she wasn't. I mean, the stuff she should have been telling them, she wasn't telling them. Uh, so you can't
and a
blame
lot of
him for
people who
that.
struggle, I think, with mental health don't necessarily want it to be, they don't know how to express themselves sometimes, maybe.
Yeah, I think it's like half and half because some people will tell, and you got to be careful when they do because that's one of the closest times where somebody will unalive themselves. Um, but I mean, I just don't. Just listening to her saying, well, she said she wanted to hurt herself, but then it wasn't only until a day or two before that she started including the children. It's
And
like,
did she tell him that?
Yes, I think I
Yeah.
seen that she did.
well, that's the thing I got confused about when I saw court one day, and the next day he says it's something else. So the prosecutor, I believe he said yes to, and I think he said no to the defense lawyer when he asked the same question. And I said, did nobody pick up on that, or is that just
No, no,
me?
no. I had heard, I was confused. I just, You know, sometimes you walk away, go use the bathroom, or you know, do whatever, and I just feel like sometimes I miss stuff, and then I have to come back and
What
figure
happened?
out what was
I got
going on.
I got restricted. What happened? What did I say wrong?
You got restricted for mental health.
What? You can't talk.
What?
You can't talk
Mm,
about that on here.
I guess not. I don't know.
Well, you just
This
said
is
it.
It
crazy.
just gave me a 10-minute restriction. You're fine. Don't worry about it.
Oh, jeez.
I'm telling you,
It
some
got
people,
Baby D on that same thing earlier, mental health.
and
I
she's
think
not gonna work,
Facebook
right?
is, or F, I think
Yeah, I
FB is
know, right,
supposed to go.
Curly? Somebody said fish. Last night I just kept getting knocked down because I was talking about what I was eating for supper. I was like,
Yeah, but you know,
Lord,
Oh
some of these
no.
creators they say the worst things, and they never get restrictions. What is this?
well, I feel like it's because the more you have in your live and the more people are gifting and sharing the live out and tapping,
They
it
get a piece of that pie.
right, and so they don't take them down. So
Like I
Oh
was
yeah.
told if I were to start doing lives on TikTok for like doing my cup stuff, that I have to basically be very, very careful of what I say. You can't like talk about other stores. You can't talk about like basically anything until you've gone live. And it doesn't matter whether it's a day or it's 5 months until you get a following and you're actually getting live every day, that they're going to keep hammering you. And I'm like, what? So one girl had did a 10-day live challenge, and she's like, I can say a little more now, but it's still pretty, I get a
girl,
lot
I
of
get
R's.
hammered every day.
Yeah, I don't even get it, because I'm like, I don't really want to go do a 10-day live
Well,
challenge on
what they
TikTok.
need to
Thank
do
you.
is they need to stop letting the computer watch over their business. Okay, that's why it's all messed up. Because
Oh, absolutely.
if they had live people listening, they would say no. That's not right.
I mean, when the person we used to all watch, I don't even know if I can say his name anymore. Um, that guy, how the heck does he stay on live all day, every day, and have all these crashes out on people and talking about pulling a tampon out of someone, and we
Wait a
can't
minute.
talk about
Wait a minute. Who's that? Oh my god.
Jerry
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's still
with
on.
that girl. I'm
I
like,
guess these people who have agencies get saved a lot more. I don't know.
maybe.
I don't know what the deal is with these agencies, but they're supposed to help them not get, I guess. I don't
Yeah,
Hey,
I
know.
I
don't
got
know.
over 7,000 today, by the way, guys. I got
See,
3,000 more to go
what do you mean? What are you talking about?
before I reach 10,000 followers.
Oh,
Oh, awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
Good job.
Slowly but surely.
Yep.
And then maybe I'll get an agency. I'm not
And
on here
even then,
enough.
don't you have to be like, I don't even know how you, I mean, you
Thank
have
you,
to like
sunshine.
be careful and follow certain things, right? Like they help get you out of it sooner or something.
Well, you
yeah,
just
you
have to
gotta be
follow
careful.
certain guidelines, and there's certain things that you can't say. And but I'm finding that it's not that. I'm finding that there's words that you can say because, like, all day today, I never got hit not one time until Baby D said something about mental health, and until Jamie said something about mental health, and then we both got hit.
Yeah, but you're saying it now. Why are they not hitting you?
Yeah, I was just,
Well, I'm just saying that word. Um I'm not giving advice on it.
Oh, I can give an advice. I was just talking about their home life and how they work.
Right.
That really has nothing to do with that word. I'm not going to say it again so I don't get whacked again. But anyway.
Yeah. You wouldn't think, but I don't know. I
yeah,
keep
that's
trying
terrible.
to switch things up, trying to figure it out. Um, because there was times that I was able to put up a green screen and then put on the YT and not get hit at all and watch an entire documentary. And now I can put it up and I get hit for a blurred picture.
Now
Oh
look
my
at Ivory
god.
and all the followers she has. She's been getting hit constantly lately.
Yeah, exactly, Curly.
So I don't know. I just don't know. Well, never mind
Okay.
aquatic life. We can't even talk about home life.
No. And you can't talk about food. It's bizarre. All right, guys, I am going to shut down for the night because I got to make sure I get up, get ready for church in the morning, or that granddaughter will be upset with me.
Are you
Yes,
going
me
live
too.
tomorrow, or she should?
Yeah, as soon as I get home from church, I will get on and play the second part of that. Yeah, so that
Well,
can
have
be our
a
afternoon
wonderful
story.
night, everyone. It was good to
You
talk to
too, and
you.
thank you all. We made it to 50,000 likes. Thank
Good for
you.
Thank you
you.
guys.
Good night,
Thank you.
Have a
ladies.
great night, everyone.
You all
Bye.
too. Night, everybody.
See you tomorrow. Bye.
See you tomorrow. Night.